funny, eh?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. How are you? How are you? How are you? Don't start that now. You're having such a good time.
All the time, no, but all the time I was getting out the front, so now the pitch and thing changed. So
Oh,
I
that
guess
radio.
this-
That radio too.
Nah, that's not like a bedroom voice, but we move.
You need to stop it. You need to stop it. Oh, everybody volumes going. We good? We good? Everybody up? Right, right. So this evening we have a packed house. Right? A whole host of powerful ladies. I am. I'm born ready. You know.
You sure?
Listen, I started with the element, you know, so you know where let's go.
We'll see.
Yeah. All right, cool. She come to talk Greece to everybody. Right? Cool. Just waited on Mr. Toolman to enter the frame.
We've been waiting on him. Oh, I always do, like a woman getting ready. What's
This man is working tirelessly to make sure you ladies look absolutely beautiful on this panel. All right? Make sure the angle's right up. Make sure that everybody looking like a stunning, what's the word we're looking for? A stunning starlet. Okay?
You don't compliment women often.
clearly?
That's not something.
It's evident. It radiates.
Why should I
What do you mean?
compliment women?
You don't like compliments?
Compliments, you know, that's be my
No,
man.
no.
I'll answer your question.
They track back here a little bit. Why does you don't like compliments, right?
I grew up in a place where, you know, the compliments were always backhanded. No?
Right.
So-
But that don't mean that everybody complimented
What
with the
has to
same.
do with the woman?
PTSD.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tell you something, right?
Talk to the doctor.
Not this one. I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
That's
Problem.
something you need to deal with because that's your problem.
I mean,
So is it that you're comfortable with the staff?
Absolutely.
That's not something you should be comfortable with.
but not accepting compliments.
No, not being
That's not
able
what we-
to accept
Okay, hold on, guys. Let the penises dictate the conversation here for a second. No, I'm just joking.
How was your weekend?
So it's not enough. It's not enough to
Oh.
war the cultures, but you know.
We won. Wait, no, we introduce.
Get out now.
Let me start by introducing all the pretty faces. All the pretty faces.
But before we start,
Oh, before we start,
how was your weekend, my brother?
I ain't get no curry yet.
They should tell me that.
Oh, okay. I ain't get no curry yet, and I was told there was gonna be curry today. But only Douglas.
Where's Gerard?
Only Douglas and Spanish apparently.
Gerard when you need
I
him.
would reach it.
I cooked curry today.
All right, that's what we talk.
I just didn't care to bring any.
Did you cook it with meat?
Yes.
Yes.
That don't count. Doesn't count. Doesn't count.
Alright, so
I
boy-
just playing with you. You and me mix. You and me mix together.
It's your boy Mr. Bazi, Mr. Dot Bazi on
On us go. I'm too man. I'm too easy.
Welcome, ladies.
Yes.
So we have a bevy of ladies here this evening. We'd like you to each introduce yourselves, your professions, and basically your sexual orientation. Starting with quite important.
You know why it's important? Here's why it's important. Because all of us, I believe, are above the age of 30. So the new dynamics
Pushing.
above the age of 30. Above the age of 30.
Less than 10 minutes.
Above the age of 30.
Yep.
All of we us grow up on.
We
grow up on VHS tapes.
We grew.
Just say we are about
Just say we
18
grew.
and
VHS tapes. We
We grew up in the
VHS
era where we used to call
VHS
porn
tapes?
blues.
Yeah, when we grew up in the era when we used to spell fuck F-O-C-K.
Yeah.
All you know about this. You know what I'm talking about? No?
She has no idea what we're saying.
Okay, back in the F-O-C-K.
No,
that was
back in
how.
the day, that was the
the thing.
spelling.
That's what we used to spell it as. So that's what so new dynamics in psychological studies, sociological studies weren't a thing like being on the spectrum, like all the degrees. So that's why we say certain things we will kind of understand and be able to communicate with because we on a similar wavelength. And that would be the most intellectual thing I will say. So just to show that I have some level of literacy.
Start back reading.
Yes, I start back reading. Some level of literacy. We'll take the clap. So yes.
Introduction time?
Introductions, yes.
Of course, take the mic. Nah. You start.
All right. So I am Dr. Tsian Chung. I am a behavioral therapist and clinical psychologist.
Nicely.
What does he need again from me?
Age.
Oh my God. I am somewhere between my late 20s to early 30s, and that's all I'll say on that.
And sexual orientation.
31.
Why in mind your business?
31. It's 31. I could tell. Yes, how do I check the elbows?
First of all, you're very wrong.
I'll check the elbows. How to check now? You see, you cover up yours. You're smart, you.
In sexual orientation, I feel like I am important. But I'm sexually oriented, and I feel like that's just enough.
That was gonna be my answer.
To all the same answer, so.
It's a test.
No, it's not a test.
Nobody mentioned the test.
It's
I
not a
was
test.
prepared.
Did you understand that the questions that we asking would be for the betterment of our very interesting male audience? All right, we have a lot of young men that need a lot of help in this country.
And we're trying to get them help from both men and
women.
female. That's what we get. Last week we had
What's the man name?
the outreach agent at the Fathers Association.
Marlon Anderson.
And then the week before we got a clinical psychologist male. Then somebody had to say, you only like to listen to what men have to say.
So we brought ladies on.
We got 2 doctors and 1 lady that is like a lady.
She is a lady.
She is a lady. She is a lady. At least
Are you not a lady?
I am.
she's
All
a
right,
lady.
good.
And she's pretty. So, you know. So, moving on.
All right, so I like how you dodge it. We'll get back to that. Don't worry.
She should have. She's
Yeah,
not.
that's
She's
okay,
actually a
just-
lawyer, you know. She will get you off that case. Pause. Because she don't answer direct questions at all.
She's not supposed to.
Oh.
Exactly.
And next we have.
My name is Cher. I am 29, seeing that we are reading the age. I work for the government of Trinidad and Tobago. Y'all don't need to know which ministry.
Go you.
I
Gun
dabble
license.
in
Gun
content
license.
creation.
Gun
and
license.
That's about it. And my sexual orientation is I'm straight.
Absolutely.
I'm married to a man.
Okay, come on. Up top.
A man.
Up. So you just blank man?
She said a man.
A man. And respects him. That's what we talking about.
And next we have.
All right, next we have Christie Farfan. I'm 32 and I am a mom, a wife, a boss bitch. I do a lot
Yes,
actually.
yes, yes.
I actually own Gossip Hair Salon and Spa in Movitown, Port of Spain.
Figures.
I am a real estate agent for Morelli Real Estate. I have a little ice cream business called Fun Cups. It's a rolled ice cream that my 14-year-old son came up with. That's
Excellent.
also based in Movitown. And I'm real big on my social media management and marketing, creative direction for a few clients. So, did marketing for Movitown for years and also advertising.
Continue. Just go.
And
The whole back.
I am married,
Oh, love it.
to a man.
Oh.
Man.
That's what we like to hear. That's absolutely what we like to hear. So the reason why I asked you your sexual orientation.
Bisexual.
All right, good. Because there's no judgment on this podcast. Eh? I don't know if you was afraid that way that be
Wouldn't even care.
I feel like
bigoted.
we all are.
She was doing
Huh?
She don't give a damn.
What she say? What? What she say?
Wait. Yeah, we know whether that one just slide. Christy, what did you just say?
I think we all are.
Okay.
She said she's bisexual. I said I feel like we all are. To an extent,
Do we
right?
elaborate?
You mean females or that's men and women?
No. Mostly females. I think.
Do we elaborate?
Like, I don't know. I mean,
I think most females are bi-curious.
am I different? But yeah, definitely.
Definitely
Bi-curious, and
Ladies,
everybody want a little taste of the both sides.
who's everybody?
Speaking
Everybody.
for
For
females.
females.
Yeah, for females.
Okay. Yeah, my lost last
So
second.
females
Yes.
by
No.
nature, we have a certain level of curiosity as it pertains. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I wonder as anyway. That's not point. That's not we talking about it. But to be fair, you're not really that great, right?
When you say y'all, what you talking about? Be specific.
The penis people. You're
The masculine
penis
gender.
holders.
All right.
The holders of the penis.
Yeah, the holders of the penis.
Right.
But they know that great. Other people, right? But the
Let the grease flow.
The thing about this is all this. I don't feel a need.
Necessary is the way they're looking for.
Necessary is subjective. It depends on who it is. If it is you want to procreate, sure.
Dancing like Usher today, boy.
Yep. No, Santiago, you go, girl.
Yeah.
Hear me raw. Wait now. I'm not just pressing. Yeah. We going real fast here, boy. We are need.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
But right. And in terms of demographic and so on, as for my patients and so on, quite a lot of them, maybe 65 to 75% of them who come to me, if they're not curious, females that is.
Yeah.
If they're not curious,
swinging.
well, not swinging.
Yeah.
Their preference would be females, and I feel like it's because females know what we're doing in terms of that area, and men y'all can't find the clitoris for nothing. And it's just like it's like a wonderful spot.
Godlessness. This is what this is. Godlessness.
Yeah, that's not Satan. Hold
Yes.
on.
The forces of shaitan are strong today.
I'm joking.
Alright.
Right? But I think the thought process is, as a woman would know what a woman wants. So that's where the curiousness comes from as well.
Understood.
But for the most part, as I said, the demographic of patients that kind of lean more to women or lean to both genders is because it's like, okay, I could get this from this particular species of people, and I could get this from this particular species of people. So I think as well it's a emotional thing more so, as opposed to a physical thing. So maybe for men it's physical, and maybe for women it's more of an emotional
Or
standpoint.
more of an adaptive sexuality.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Okay.
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
Let's splash some of that holy water.
She said that, right? No
that,
problem. Listen.
The power of Christ compels you.
Here comes the clinical psychologist with so much to unpack, right? So we're gonna unpack this today, right? But not right now. We have other guests on the show. You three are quite interested in the different aspects of life.
I know, like, do the three of you know each other? The three of you should have like a show or something like that, and
really,
I
really.
feel like that's something.
and we're just gonna put it in quotations, boss bitches. But it's boss bitches, but it's in quotations.
We will talk about that. Don't worry yourself. But they have a little dynamic going there. A proper dynamic. Yeah.
You
This is what
understand?
Trinidad and Tobago has to offer.
Kindred spirit.
Can no, like this, because it's quite quiet, but like
No. The storm ain't started yet.
Navy
The
SEAL, you
storm
know.
hasn't started.
Navy SEAL, you know.
Yeah.
No, like this is Jocko here, you know. This is the Jocko.
How always go? Good.
Good.
Yeah. No problem. Nice. All right, so Cher.
Oh my
Tsian.
God.
Well, yes.
Coming on the heels of such an elaborate conversation about bisexuality, would you concur?
I would not say it's more emotional thing. I think more so it's with the penis holders. A lot of you all focus on just reaching the stars,
Reaching
while
the
the
stars.
woman is on the earth still.
Okay,
What does that mean?
So don't explain.
So you all focus on when all you come,
Mm-hmm.
and the woman is still, she's still there. So
Nice.
With a woman, I think on their thought process where they lean towards by curiosity is that they will believe we don't get to come as fast as y'all, or we don't get to reach the stars as fast as y'all. So they
Interesting.
believe that the woman will apply more focus on making sure the satisfaction is even on the both playing field.
I like how you're bringing this
Everything
topic in as our boss.
It's our
Everything
boss.
else I agree with.
All right, good. Do you started up, all right? So
You are
by
queen.
curiousness.
Holy name. You want holy name?
No.
Okay.
She's from the West.
Yeah, that's a holy name convent. That's in the West.
Nah, not that convent. The other one.
What's my opinion on this, boy?
Well,
Oh.
I definitely, I think I agree with both sides of it. Like, I feel like right now in 2023, there is a lot of women more going towards women because dogs. Not joking. But no, I think it is because of the emotional thing. We're more gentle. We know what we want, so whatever. But I feel like women also have to be a little more open. So I know on the man's side here, but at the end of the day, Dread, we ting in. I want a little bit of the thoughts. You have to understand my body. This is what I want. I feel like it's all about communication.
Exactly.
It can't just be like, well, dog, you did not please me, and I'm not doing this again. It's like, nah, like. If you have a connection with somebody and you're all going to be sexually active or whatever,
We in the beauty shop
I
today, but
definitely feel like it just needs to be like, this is what I like, what do you like? Could we communicate during the activity,
I feel like
you know?
communication generally. If it is you're in a relationship with somebody, you need to have an open line of communication all throughout.
Yeah.
Because a relationship, a marriage, whatever it is, it's work, and it's not just one note, it has many levels to it. So there's many levels of intimacy, sorry. And intimacy really means just closeness. It doesn't necessarily mean anything sexual.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I could be intimate with you and not have sex with you. That is just the reality of it. It's just that you speak to me on a different plane that probably somebody else doesn't. So that's just the reality of it.
All right. Nice. Okay, good.
just segue right there.
Sure.
I honestly didn't want to ask about it. I didn't realize he had tattoos, you know. I thought it was like a rare skin disease. I was like, what the hell going on here? But okay, it's tattoos.
Yes.
No, I was watching this like, yo, what going on with Shorty? What going on with Shorty's skin there for a second? For a brief second, I didn't want to brace the leper, but okay.
You didn't even see my foot yet.
Oh, no. For a second there, I was like, Bazi, is this like a burn victim or some kind of thing like that? But no, okay.
She's a work of art.
Well, no, I don't say work. Well, not that it's now work out.
It's fine.
She's
No, but it's like, you know, someone saying, like,
Tell my stories, true.
so if at any point you saw, if it looks back and I was watching, I was like, So it's like a burn or thing. Then I see the Cleopatra wave, and I was like, oh, it's a tattoo.
All right.
Well, wait, no, we're not just gonna. Who?
Nefertiti. 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 My bad. I saw the Greek notes.
Cleo is white.
Really?
Anyway.
Ladies, so we digress. That was a segue.
That was a segue. I just had to point that out.
That was a segue. All right, good. So these are the interesting takes, and we actually appreciate your takes. Okay. There's one danger with it, of course. All right, and allow me to push back if I may. So when we're speaking about the topic of sexuality, would you ladies agree that there is a Pareto distribution of sex in the sexual marketplace? When I say Pareto distribution, I mean the top 20% of men have access to generally about 80% of women. The bottom 80% of men have to deal with the scraps, the last 20% of
Or Pornhub.
what exists, or the fingers. Yeah. The undesirables. Okay?
The undesirables.
We literally, wait, no, hold on.
Okay,
We get
so-
$20 every single time I get to play this for Pornhub. Good. Just take my $20 there. Thank you. Keep going.
All right, so I mean, speaking on that topic of the Pareto distribution of sex, what you would start seeing is there are a lot more, need I say, average women having an overinflated sense of themselves. All right, and with that overinflated sense of themselves, what they actually not seeing is that they are unable to get what they really want out of a partner because of what they perceive their value to be.
They get in their own way.
Okay, so my question to you is, with the increase of technological use in terms of like social media. And so on.
Talking about a rose here.
I thought you were talking about filters. I thought you were talking about filters there. I thought you was on the rose.
I have a rose and it's been anyway. Moving on. Anyway,
Should we invest in this company?
This is a real topic.
Are you Rose? No, no,
but
I ain't trying to get my sponsorship canceled. Yeah.
Rose.
That's my nickname. You know, Rose is my nickname. That actually is that's a.
So my partner and I experimented recently with said rose. Right.
Is a new Rose.
But you digress. You on the topic of technological advancement.
It was really good. It was really good. Anyway, but that's my point.
Technological advancement.
We're circling back. Right. So with more usage of social media and basically everybody promoting themselves in a way. You can hear me.
No. I want the audience to hear. I want to make
Mic and
sure.
she face little.
So I'm gonna swallow it.
Please.
Your mouth. Nah, you don't have the big mouth to swallow the whole thing. But that's probably the tip.
Right.
Anyway, continue.
Anyway.
Temperance. Come on.
Yes.
Right.
I forget my question.
Okay, so
Do you think that has also caused an inflation of egos on the female forum of things?
I have an input on that.
definitely be my guess.
Running.
I think a lot of times
Come closer.
you listen to things on social media, for example, TikTok,
Yeah.
and you get clips of people telling you what they heard in therapy. That is a targeted advice. It's not supposed to be shared to the masses. It's not
Definitely.
generalized. So that's what happens when every day-to-day woman hear it and they internalize it when it wasn't applicable to them.
Okay.
Agree. And this is on all spectrums and all forums. It's
Not just
because
men.
Because even in art, so as I said before, I work with autistic kids, right?
Right.
So I have had parents coming to me and they're like, okay, so what do you think about lead poisoning? And I looked at a TikTok and I'm like, bro. First of all, that don't apply to your child, your ADHD. So what you need to do is treat his symptoms and treat him accordingly. That has nothing to do with him, right? So they take, and that's the thing with doing your own research, because a lot of the times which is why I brought up social media. A lot of the time we just take things and run with it. There's no. Alright, this song ain't kind of strange. Maybe I should do a little bit of research. It's nothing like that. It's like, oh well, yeah, this person on TikTok said it, so it's that,
Right.
and that's stupid. First of all,
So the internet pundits basically was pundit on up to it.
No, you can't say pundit
And
today.
now with
Because
You can't say pundit today.
Yeah.
You can't say pundit
too
today.
soon? My bad.
Wait until at least Indian arrival.
Yeah, all right. So the internet pontiffs. All right.
Yeah, that's a good word, pontiff.
Yeah,
because they could play points for keep.
they do a lot of disservice to
She's reading,
humanity.
you know. She's reading,
She's
you know,
a
guys.
PhD, you know.
She's reading, guys. Anyway.
She has a PhD, right? So they do a lot of disservice to, more particularly, might I say, women.
I disagree.
All right.
Because
I think it's general. I
Yeah,
think it's a
across the
general
board.
thing, which is why you need to kind of filter through things and see what can be applicable to you. Because everybody have ADHD, everybody have autism, everybody have depression, everybody have anxiety. And the reality of it is most of it is self-diagnosed.
Right.
And it doesn't, okay, so how we diagnose people, right, is that we have the DSM manual, which is the Diagnostic Statistical Manual, right? So how we diagnose people is that you're supposed to meet at least 7, depending on what it is, between 7 to 10 of the criteria to be actually diagnosed with a problem or an issue. If that's not the case, then you just, people that want to use that can't use it.
Question.
See it.
Did it always have the high rate how it have ADHD and all these things now?
So,
Like, let me say 20 years ago.
No.
So-
first of all, all right. So I'll use autism for example, right? So autism before was just a bracketed thing. It was a bracketed thing. It was just like, oh, the kid is autistic. But now it's a spectrum. So we have Asperger's, we have different types of autism and so on, right? Now, and different levels. So we have mild to moderate, we have moderate to severe, and then we have just a severe. Right? And that's based on mean scores and numbers and all
Okay, so if it have an increase over the last 20 years, was it pinpointed at the cause? The cause?
Yes.
That was, so was he?
It's not really a cause, but it's more of a contributing factor. As I said, social media and easy parenting. Because the first thing that we will do is give a kid a tablet to sit down with for hours. And I can tell you this because when I'm doing my assessments, the first thing I was asked, okay, where's screen time?
Right.
And the numbers I be hearing, I'm like...
Well, so because he's checked the device and be like, okay, 50 hours, whatever.
Well, it's more of an average because you really can't gauge, right? So it's more of an average. Okay, so how much time during the course of the day does the child have screen time? When from the time I hear things 4 hours and up, because I hear 6 hours, 10 hours and up. Screens, first of all, rot our brains. Imagine having a child who is on a tablet for 6 to 8 hours. That's a work day.
Every day.
Every day.
That's mental cavities. Yeah.
Exactly. So what's gonna happen is that there's an increase in behavioral issues because they're not stimulated. From the time you take that tablet from them, we having tantrums, you're having problems because they are not stimulated the way the tablet is stimulating them. So there's no engagement, there's nothing there.
So, Tsian.
Hi.
Let's get Tsian. Tsian,
It have 2 signs.
Yeah, so
So
science,
PhD
Dr.
Tsian.
Tsian, and we have
You see how he is do the whitey toy, Dr. Tsian and the other one.
she earned that.
Listen,
I don't know how good your knees are, so I can't say if they work with properly. But anyway, whoa.
Summer
Went
cum
far.
laude, baby.
Whoa.
Summer cum laude.
Yeah, well, I come in the summer loud all the time too. So
all right, so we're gonna gel back the topics, right?
Yeah.
So there was a clinical psychologist by the name of Sandy. What's his first name? Dr. Sandy.
we talking about our guy?
Yeah.
Alistair Sandy.
Alistair Sandy. All right. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
Which area you work in?
Listen, he works at the Children's Authority.
Okay.
No, so like he was on his show. So if you
Yeah,
check
so-
back on his stuff, it's at all slim. It's also
So what he had basically prescribed or said to us from his empirical evidence, I say not in those schools because he didn't have any.
Yeah, I don't have nothing either.
Good, right? Is that, and this is something that's going to attach to your statement now, where a lot of children are dysfunctional due to an uprising single motherhood.
Agreed.
All right. So, generally speaking, what we see is that it is much more difficult for a single mother to parent a child in this modern day.
I would not necessarily say that, but I would say that fathers do play a crucial role, and their absence.
that's
The
that
biological.
lawyer. That's that lawyer.
So the biological fathers or just any man in these children's lives?
All right. So the reality of it is, father figures generally play a very crucial role in a child's life. So, because a mother could try to play that role as much as possible, and I'll give an example, right? A lot of the times, my kids on the spectrum, they don't want to listen to their mothers, but their fathers, it has certain things that they will get away with mommy, and they know that daddy not having that.
Right.
So they monkey know what treat a climb essentially.
Because Sharona's beyond shit. You know what I'm talking about. Sharona's beyond shit. They're quick. They're quick. They know what to F with. It's beyond shit.
As I said, monkey know what treat to climb, right?
Yeah.
So if it is you have a child and you haven't, it's also how you parent. Because remember, there are different types of parenting styles. So if it is you grow your child up in a relatable manner, in that your child can relate to you in a way that they understand, all right, say if this is what's going on, and they could move accordingly in that, all right, I know my mom is a single mommy, and as such, I'm not going to be a pest or a menace to fucking society. Right? But then there are other children that's a veil because they don't have that understanding. So as such, they're gonna grow. So, and it's sad that that type of responsibility has to be placed on a 4, 5, 6, 7, 10-year-old because that is not their role and function. That's not their responsibility.
Okay.
So it's really sad that that's what we have to do. But I do agree to an extent. But I also want to say that fathers play a very crucial role, whether it's just a father figure or like a biological father.
Go dads, go.
So would
Go,
you say?
dads,
So would you
go.
say that with the advent of sexual liberation and the social media that we
She said I smoke one time, you know. She said I smoke one time.
that we
Mine went fast, sorry. I put it in back.
that we were just alluding to, that it causes a uprise in the breakup of the family due to the fact that there's a narrative that men ain't shit, you know, and that technically creates a distrust or a mistrust in women towards men.
We can agree that that is a narrative, though, across the board that is being said, yeah, men ain't shit. Or we just, no, we
Or
not
are
trying
we
to.
out of bounds for
Yeah,
saying,
for saying that.
that's
That's
the narrative?
Yeah.
It depends on the demographic. I would say that because
You're trying to say black people?
no. First of all, how we reach there?
She's trying to say, is it the blacks?
Is it the blacks,
or the
please?
Indians? Who is
The ones the East West
who's
Corridor ones?
pontificating this?
I don't think she was talking about race. I think she meant
Is-
the
In terms-
demographic of.
It's the gays. It's the gays, is what you're saying. It's the
in
gays.
terms of person, in
Oh,
terms
okay.
of status quo, if you will.
The economic status, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
socio-economical.
The socio-economical status.
Right?
Right.
So, for example, if it is you're within a bracket that, you know, you could buy your groceries and thing, and it's not really too much of a problem if it is baby daddy not contributing financially and those kinds of things. That's not, you're not gonna get well, depends on the person's mindset, that is, right? You're not gonna get the concept of, well, man is shit, man is dark, them kind of thing. You're not gonna get that because as far as she's concerned, she could provide for a picnic, and whether you there or not, it really make a difference.
What about her upbringing, though? In terms of she coming from a single parent, her mother raised her, so she's like, hey, nigga, that shit.
Well, again,
Yeah,
that's
we're
why
back,
I
yeah.
made mention
Okay.
of the mindset. Because alright, so we learn our emotional intelligence from our parents. So if let's say between the ages of 50 to 70, they're emotionally inept. That's the reality. They're inept.
Summer come loud, guys. Summer come loud. That's the name of
Loudly.
the Summer come
Come
loudly.
loudly.
That's the name of this episode. I love it.
Right? They're socially, they emotionally inept. Because
Right.
in their minds, men need to be providers and only providers. And when they say providers, most times it's monetarily. It's not necessarily emotionally and all those other things. Because the anti is that mothers supposed to be the nurturers, so they would provide that. But let me tell you, a burnt out mother, especially if it's cater to 13 children plus, right? Because you know they're not TV in them time now is everybody bullying, right? So
There's a statement I always
Gossip.
say
Gossip. Say that.
There's a statement I always say that an unhappy mother could never raise a happy child.
that's exactly
Okay.
exactly. So imagine having a burnt out mother, right? Now she is.
Hey, imagine. Anyway.
She's doing everything.
Can I imagine?
She's doing everything. She cooking,
Right.
she cleaning, she taking care of the 67 million children that they decide to have.
Right.
Right? 'Cause every year she barefoot and pregnant.
Okay.
Good. So imagine that. And now you have to rear these children. And a lot of people don't have patience. Right? And I could tell you they don't have patience. So to have patience to raise all these children, there's gonna be times where first of all they get sweet cutters because you're doing shit. Right? And you'll get loud up because again, you're doing shit. So a lot of that is that it's scapegoating. I'm gonna lash out at you because first of all, I wasn't cut a mass. You wanted me because your neighbor child look like him. And something.
We're not talking about Rio Claro.
ins and outs
We're
of
talking about
village
like
life.
East West. We talk about the East West corridor. Or if not something from Rio Claro. Okay, thank you, Josh.
I'm talking about generationally.
Okay.
All right.
Right? So we're looking at former generations and in comparison to what we deal with now. Right? Okay. So if it is you having all these kids, having all these issues, we're having things going on. What do you think is going to happen? Not that she's gonna lash out at these children. Similarly to daddy come home, he's stressed out from work. He pass by the bar a little bit thing, you know. He come home and everybody getting out of because why? I vex. My boss ball up at me in the quarry. So now I'm gonna come home and everybody gonna get a gut.
Shouts to you, Grandpa. Anyway.
There's also, I think,
Big Papa.
men tend to ask, marriages don't last like they used to a
Okay.
long time. And I always follow up. Ask your mother if she would have left your father if she didn't have you.
Mm-hmm.
And they
also
always
means.
stop. Correct.
So ask me that question.
Means. I can't ask you because your mom may not be within the age bracket
Correct.
that we're
And she
talking about.
may
Oh, you
not.
know that?
How old do you think he is?
No. What I'm saying is your mom between the ages, as I said,
50 to 70?
Yes.
Okay.
No, but that doesn't mean that
It's not everybody. It's not generalized.
It doesn't mean that just because it wasn't applicable to your mother, it's not applicable to somebody else.
Sniper, what you had to say?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, all right.
I want to hear what Sniper had to say. I want to hear what Sniper had to say.
We coming to Christie because we
Sniper.
seeing the gears winding up in
Yeah.
Christie's.
Here's what I say thing, right? Because Sniper, all of us apparently from the lower spectrum of the socio-economic thing of Trinidad, but she grew up with money.
Don't
So I want to hear what the rich people have to say.
Don't worry.
I want to hear. I want to hear what the people
we
have
get
to
into
say.
Christie just now, right? So we pause for our cause here.
Yeah.
After the
Ladies.
second bed, that's why I want to know the story. Of the second bed.
Ladies, here's what I need to find out, right? In between the genders, of course there's a hierarchical structure that takes place, right? Men understand somebody has to be at the top, there must be a winner, there must be a loser. Hold on. They understand that if this person is in fact the leader, we have to be disciplined enough to listen to that person. In common terms, is called a person that's my OG. All right? Now we have women in a society where I looking at three well put together ladies. Three ladies who have done well for themselves, married, highly educated, have things going for them. You understand? This is the question I have to ask because this is what always irks at my soul. Whereas a man will be able to look at a young man and say, hey, youth man, you're on shit. These are ropes. And that youth man will listen.
Or not.
If you don't listen, he fall by the wayside.
Or not.
Right? But we're talking general here now.
Yeah.
Right? Generally, there's a OG that some young man always looks up to. Some, right? Generally.
Okay.
All right? Who is
That's for the women.
that for women? Who do women really listen to other than their internal emotions and their internal dialogue?
Funny enough, men don't really talk, but women do quite a lot.
But
Yeah.
we're talking about listening.
We're not talking about who he has talked to. We're talking about who's the female,
could tell
who's
you-
the Maya Angelou,
who could say, "Sion,
who's
you
the
want
Maya
shit."
Angelou of this generation.
So first of all,
Okay.
it's very dependent on who your circle is.
Correct.
Right? Because if it is your circle filled with people that's going to condone your nonsense, then you need to check your circle.
These it's usually poor girls, right? It's the poor ones.
Now, see, you bring up a real fascinating. The cogs in my head just started turning because yesterday I was looking at a video of a young. Was it yesterday? It could be today. I don't know.
What was the category on Pornhub that you was looking at? What is it?
Right. So as I was saying, and she was talking about gunmen and she only one gunman.
Okay, I know you're talking about.
You saw the video, right?
I know you're talking about.
Right. So again, not everybody. I can't say not everybody is gonna have the same mindset, right? And
Okay.
I can't say either if it is their class has anything to do with it.
Okay.
But when you look at it, most times it is persons of us. I don't like to say the ghetto.
Psychographic.
And
Say the ghetto, no. Say the
Say
ghetto.
it.
Say the ghetto. Say the
See,
ghetto.
it's all the East-West corridor people.
It's the East-West corridor. She was from Maloney. Was she from Maloney?
I don't know the
She from Arima.
personally, I find that was a little disrespectful.
No,
But-
all the different ghettos have different kind of
We could say corporate.
certain twangs that different. Like a Arima girl different from a Trinity girl, different from a Port of Spain girl. This girl. You know what I'm talking about? Like Toya from Pune
I'm from South, so I don't know.
Well, no, so, like,
Monrepo.
which part also? Which part also? Oh.
That's important.
I'm gonna see.
Alright,
Library. That's something like a library.
but here where is a long illusion. Ladies, bear with me. Because there's something that we need to get out there.
Oh, sorry.
Right?
As I was saying.
Yeah.
So, again, it depends on your circle because I could, and it's who you would. Sorry, my bad. Yeah.
You talking that? You just talk.
Right.
Diwali in session.
Yeah. My dogs. Anyway.
They should be trained. No.
Don't worry.
That's
We'll
my
talk about
point.
it after.
Right. What was I saying? Right. So, yes, there are people that women would listen to.
Name one.
Who's the
Generally.
Who's the OG? Who's Maya Angelou?
Of our generation.
And you know I said Maya Angelou, right?
Yes, I am very much aware.
Okay, great.
So in 2023, who can we point to say this is the leader of the new generation for women?
Who's the Candace
There's
Owens?
none.
It should never be, because I mean, all right, it should never be that one person has the same impact on every. That's a
No,
cult.
no. I'm not saying that.
No,
I'm
what-
saying it's a general.
Who's the icon?
Yeah, who's the icon?
Yeah.
Again, it can't. We don't have an icon. Why we need to iconize people
That's
or
exactly
idealize
what
people?
I'll answer that.
one
Let me
icon.
answer that. Historically, there's always been like one or two or few people that have controlled or influenced the minds of everybody else. Historically, it's always either monarchs, it was either the person pulling the strings behind the scene, or the dictator, or the leader, or the whatever.
Fair enough. Nobody is saying no.
So the minor is really dictate the majority. So who's the people thing? That's all I say.
For myself, I don't think I idolize anyone like that. But within my circle and my peers, I would.
Put my shit, and
Right.
I know that I fucking up. If it is you come and you tell me, all right, like so now I be doing some dumb things, right? And my friends,
yes.
yeah,
I like this girl. She gonna be my therapist after this show.
my friends, I have a friend that will hype me up. I'm like, yeah, you have every right to be upset. And then I have a friend, I'll be
The
like,
demon. Right.
and I have a friend who'll be like, Sam, but you know, to be fair,
Yeah.
See, this is
to
where
be
you went wrong.
fair, listen to it, you see problem. And the reason I have people like that around me is because it helps me with my self-awareness.
The devil and the angel.
And a lot of the times, you see, this generation, people generally, but you see younger generation,
Is she gonna say the E word?
hate accountability. Yes, I'll say it.
And-
They hate accountability,
No.
one,
Oh, God.
and they are not self-aware.
Oh God.
And in order to be self-aware, you need to take accountability for your actions.
Okay. So again, we're talking about women, generally speaking, if I may. I'm not speaking about anybody in
We don't
particular.
have an icon that
No,
helps us in
that's
that
fine.
way.
That's
No,
fine.
but men, what you're saying is men actually have that.
Yeah,
in
we
terms of-
actually have
Must be
people.
nice. Must be nice. Boast
List
about
a
it.
few.
Jocko Willink, one to begin.
Some people listen to Myron Gain. Some people listen
some
to,
people- some
not to
people
say it was
listen
a good
Two
idea.
of us talking at the same time.
Sorry, yes,
No, okay,
my bad.
but this is our show, so we could do that
No,
if you
we
want.
couldn't hear a word of this.
Everybody was just kind of like,
That's okay. That's okay. Thanks.
Right.
All right.
Right. It also the Red Pill movement have a lot of men who were going through and pushing back against the guise of feminism, as they say. So you would have Myron Gaines, you would have them fellas who doing Fresh and Fit. It had Kevin Samuels. It
A whole
had
host.
the Godfather.
but what we say, right?
No, but it had that. It have like I remember I was showing you the videos for like
So ironic he died, he did.
yeah.
Oh,
Whoa,
That
whoa,
was
whoa,
not very
whoa,
nice.
whoa, whoa.
that was grim, but
And-
you touch me there.
whoa,
because,
whoa,
hey,
touch
every
with pause.
Right, every
Whoa.
right.
Yeah, what I say, right?
Every right.
But
Okay. Let's bring it back to the calmness of the situation.
So are you gonna tell me that all the in cahoots with how you name the bald boy? You name?
Which boy?
Andrew Tate.
Who's that?
I was waiting for that.
I was wondering if it was gonna roll off.
Can I explain? I'll take this dog.
Oh, you
Can I explain?
you ready?
No. Can I explain something? Because far too often there's a lack of understanding among the genders. Definitely we need each other, men and women.
Facts.
Right?
Agreed.
Yeah.
That's across the board. People like Andrew Tate, people like the people of the Red Pill movement are a direct juxtaposition to what takes place in the feminine movement of today.
No,
Agreed.
agreed.
Right?
I
Wait,
don't
wait.
agree necessarily
Let me
with the
finish.
feminine movement
Hold.
of this generation because I believe they're
PhD?
feminazis and they're not.
PSG, hold on.
Sorry.
The boy, they're not.
That,
Relax.
you know, because
Your friend.
Yeah, easy.
Sorry.
Relax.
My bad,
Relax, because you asked about Andrew Tate. All right. Generally, these people are polemic opposites to what is the existing female feminazis, or whatever you want to call it. Right? These people exist to fight the equal and opposite reaction or action. All right? Anybody with common sense will know. Because I use, it's quite apt that I use Andrew Tate. Eh? He helps a lot of people who need the help. Meaning that young men who the world has left behind. Abandoned.
They don't have any OG.
They have no OG.
And their mother raising them.
Right? Young men who the world has left behind. We tend to call that toxic masculinity. We want to call it whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, his goal was never to make men abuse women, mistreat women. Right? He basically was pushed back. First and foremost. So tell me something that Andrew Tate says. Tell me something that Andrew Tate says that is either, wait, that is one, misogynistic towards women, or misogynistic, or harmful to the general betterment of young men in this world.
So
one thing.
I'm not getting into that because no, I'm not getting into that, and the reason why I'm not going to get into it is because again, all of the you ever read the Bible?
Yeah, ma'am. I think you need to know who you're talking to.
He was in a cult.
He was in a hole. Yeah, you need to talk to the. I read the whole Bible.
All right, so it's fair to say, as have I, cover to cover, from Genesis straight down to Revelation.
Yeah.
We inside, right? But my question is, right? You and I could read the same passage and it would mean something completely different, yes?
Correct.
Because it's open for interpretation. Yeah? No. I want to know.
It depends if you could comprehend what you're reading. A lot of people can't read and comprehend it.
No. You see, that's the thing.
That's
The
literally what she said.
The Bible.
Based off an
It's
interpretation.
interpretation.
Here's what I see.
No, not the Bible. What she's trying to say is
here you
Andrew
go.
Tate's
You could
projection.
You
is
could read
subjective.
the same thing
That's what she's
here.
trying to
But this is my
and
question.
You and I are going to get two completely different views of
Which
it.
is why I asked, from your interpretation, what has he said that is misogynistic or harmful towards?
From your interpretation.
Yeah, from your interpretation.
I just don't like the being that he is. It has nothing to do with what he says. Right? Because I do
Well, you
agree. I
don't
do
know.
agree with some of what he says, but to an extent. That's it. Right? Because, as I said, I believe that he not created, but when men listen, all they just listen with all their foot, or they don't listen with all their ears.
Shall I rise?
What I'm saying is, right, a lot of times, especially those who not guided, as you mentioned, right, it is open again for interpretation. So they could interpret it as well. I growing up with my mother, she don't know shit, but this man know things.
Because he smokes a cigar and drives a Lamborghini.
A Bugatti.
Or Bugatti, so I don't know.
We
Bugatti.
It has nothing. It has nothing to do
I don't know.
with his
We really look here,
materialistic
no, we just-
position. It has nothing to do with his materialistic position.
No, but
Right?
that's what he used
To
appeal.
gain them in, right?
To
But
appeal.
again, if it is he is saying something, they're not gonna take it in a way that he, not necessarily gonna take it in a way that he meant it. Is what I'm trying to say.
Because it's children and they need to get context. Because
Not necessarily
What-
context, but
it-
if it is you have no guidance and
it-
somebody come and tell you, hey,
in his defense, a lot of the things that he was doing is long format contact. So long format content. What I mean is, so if I say right now, fuck these three hoes right here,
That is
the
exactly
clip
what I
won't
was
come.
going to say.
Yeah, two man
That is
say
what
fuck
it's
these three hoes, and it's not like.
they selectively
See,
choose
that's-
what they want to
And that's
hear.
what AI is doing. That's what thing doing. But specifically, nobody sits down and listens to the
That's
whole
exactly
2-hour
what I was gonna
podcast to be like,
Exactly.
oh, he was using this as an example.
Exactly. So yes, so context is one, but if you have words and you have no guidance, if you have nobody to enforce said words or whatever he says, if you have nobody to enforce that or anybody to agree with you, you just kind of go on your own and say, well, this is that is this again, as we mentioned before. People don't do their research, they don't think on their own. Critical thinking is that thing that has now become obsolete.
Well, that's what that's what I wanted to ask about, because he's laughing on the thing. Typically, we check the average IQ of like all the countries. Trinidad is like 85.27, like 84th in the world, whatever. Majority,
Yeah.
We
yeah.
so exactly.
It's
so
not
like
like
someone,
it's pretty black
you see, she said the race, right? You see, she said the race. You see, black suit. She said it. I was waiting. She said it anyway.
Alright, good.
Oh no, what I brought
Technically, we all black
what I brought up the thing for is
critical thinking.
yes. So your IQ above 100, above a 110, above 120, whatever. Your IQ above 100, whatever. Because to be able to speak eloquently, you understand, you can.
No, she's highly achieved.
No, boss bitch. Anyway, boss bitch. Anyway, so you're going through all of these things, but then the average person is down at 85.
Which is why it is very important to be relatable, right? So quite a lot of times, I would have my patients coming to me and they're telling me, well, this person diagnosed me with this borderline personality disorder, right?
Right.
They don't know the ass from there, but what I mean.
Of course.
So when it says I do my assessments, I say, all right, this is what it means. This is what we're doing, and in terms of treatment plan, right? But this is what it means. I put it in terms that they understand for the reason of it's important to be relatable.
Okay.
I also,
You had to do that?
Right, baby?
Yeah.
When you finish, go ahead.
I also feel like we're using him as an example because we were speaking about him.
This
I
is
also feel
Andrew
like,
Tate.
Right.
Right.
I also feel like he uses that to his advantage. Because, as you said, the long format content,
Right.
they snip the 3 seconds or the 7 seconds or the 15 seconds, however long,
demonizes it.
and they push that narrative that is what he said without the context.
Right.
And he knows the people that is going to resonate with is the
Yeah.
ones that...
The 84s.
Correct. The ones on the lower bracket to not really comprehend what he's saying, and he runs with it.
Right.
That is who has elevated him to which path he is now.
Person.
Well,
He get locked up?
long time.
No, he is in
think-
prison.
He is in
And
prison.
he has a...
Nah, Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate out.
was.
For the
Yeah, that's
alley hoop,
brought
for
out.
the alley, for the alley hoop,
Yeah,
thank
he's
you.
not it. He's...
Nobody
he's
out.
Yeah. Bro,
No,
bro,
they
bro.
They literally
He is. Okay, well,
Yeah, them fellows. It was false allegations up that were put
Right, but
against
he
him.
was.
And
He was.
Everybody was in prison at one point. in
No,
time.
but what I'm saying
influential person.
Yeah.
he runs with it. And he uses...
Jesus was in jail. I mean, come on.
All right.
He lets himself out.
Okay, so
To run with it.
so Andrew Tate, if you're looking at the juxtaposition again, so versus somebody like Cardi B,
Because Cardi B is the same thing.
basically for the woman.
Certified freak. 7
Wap.
days a week.
Well,
Wet ass
well,
pussy.
I'm sorry. I am sorry.
Yeah.
But Nicki and Cardi,
they are the leaders of the younger
New
generation.
school. That's who they listen to. They don't have Maya Angelou.
good for them.
You have Maya Angelou.
Good for them.
They have
I have no.
no, this one.
Krishan?
Huh?
Krishan?
No, with that.
She's
No.
worse. No, I thought he was going to say that.
No, the next chick, Pong Tong. Just left Pong
Oh,
Tong. My booty
Ski?
pink. No, my pussy pink. My booty hole brown.
Sexy red.
Ice Spice.
Sexy red.
Who's she?
Sexy red.
The girl that does look like a dog.
Who's like a womb, yeah.
No, not her. Next chick from Florida. Pong Tong. Just left Pong. I'm not making this
That's
up.
sexy.
I don't know these bitches.
I don't know these people.
I know who you're speaking about. I don't know her music.
Is
But I
it- is
see
she
her-
pregnant? She pregnant
Yeah, she's
now?
pregnant currently.
We're not.
Okay.
Yeah,
She didn't call me and tell me that shit. I'm gonna be a dad, guys. I'm gonna be a dad, guys.
Congratulations, Taylor.
Proud of my partner. All right, but yeah, we use. Okay, yeah. Thank you so much. You got a punchy punch for that. Excellent. So this segment was basically brought to you by Punchy Punch. We sampling the fruit punch today. Definitely have a little
thing on it.
There's a little slism. Right?
So yeah, so Punchy Punch. If you didn't know, well, you might know. Huh? Why you?
She knows.
She knows.
She's been drinking. She's been drinking it.
Yo,
Plug it.
plug it. Talk greasy on it.
Come on, Christy.
Say
Tell them
your
what.
opinion.
My daughter came from Punchy Punch.
Mark, you hear that, right?
Oh wait, no, that's what she meant. I thought she
Yeah,
meant
yeah.
was working.
No,
Like,
no,
you
no,
are.
no, no,
Oh, okay. I was slow.
Brother.
85.
That's a moment, that's-
85.
All right, so for all your party needs, there's Punchy Punch. Share responsibly, of course. You don't really need chasers. It already came ready.
It came pre-chased.
for a shot. All right, so definitely.
Not that you need to get her drunk, but I mean, she want to get in the mood a little bit and she don't like you. So just drink a little bit. She want to drink a little bit to think about the guy she really thinking about to sleep with you. But you know what I'm talking about. Drink Punchy Punch. Good stuff.
All right, good.
That was a lot of impact.
That elevated real.
That was a...
Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
That went from 0 to 6 million real quick.
Good.
That's what... Oh, my bad. You had number 2?
Yeah, sorry, I almost.
That's why we're
definitely
talking. Like we show, because you had the headphones up. Sorry about that. Sorry about
Okay.
that. Sorry about
All
that.
right,
Simon.
good.
Sorry about that.
So,
Yeah. Oh, you know,
you trying to scatter your thoughts. We were your thoughts all over the place.
this how the guy gets on clockwork orange. You just go and hear this now and it's like trip off.
All right, good. So
Nobody
we're in
knows that
Twilight Zone
movie.
now. All right, in this zone, we really want to start looking at what we just literally spoke about.
And not Andrew Tate. We know one.
Forget it, Tate.
No.
Forget
what
all
I
that, right?
said, because my brain is shit, so you know.
Don't worry. I have a big head for a reason.
Right, what we have done.
Don't worry. We have.
Don't worry.
I was going to say roses. Well, like I was.
Yeah.
Roses.
Good pull back, big dog.
It was like, stop it
Good
instantly.
pull back. All right.
The eyes went up there because
So-
yeah,
Generally speaking, we have men, we have women, the two genders. For our species to continue to exist, we need to start working better together. All right?
agreed.
So we start that. We understand that. Secondly, there's a lot of misinformation that social media tends to continue to push in people's ear, not just young people, because you're hearing big old women and men talking nonsense too. All right? Cool. So we reach there. Thirdly, when we ask about who are the leaders of the thought school, the new thoughts,
School of thought.
schools of thoughts,
I got you, bro. Schools.
schools of thoughts.
Oh, she correct. I correct you. and She
Schools of
correct me.
thought.
That's where the PhDs come in.
Right?
We have it here.
We all working together. You see?
Yeah,
What
all-
a happy
It's
unison.
necessary. It's
Shall I rise? Anyway.
So the schools of thought,
still.
hold on. There would be people that we could identify as men trying to better men, help men,
Okay.
who, on a general scale, men listen to. On a general scale. On the feminine side or the female side, we cannot identify the woman who would say, ladies,
Well, they're not look-
X, Y, Z.
and they're not looking for betterment for the females. They're just looking to break the males.
Yeah.
Right.
Like to finesse the
To
males.
dominate males.
So, what I've come to realize as well, and I'm not so sure if you all see this as well.
She didn't say one word. I want to hear her rich
Yes,
opinion.
Christie, we coming to you
Please, Christie.
because,
Hold on, before you
please.
say that comment again, I'm not FD Farfan on the poor side.
I didn't say anything
Whoa.
about
Make
it.
that clear.
I didn't say anything like
Rich
that.
talk, this rich talk. I am not
No, I was just,
related to
I was just,
FD Farfan.
I was just basing it on this hat that was on it. I have like Clint.
$7.99
Yeah, that's
hat.
not Clint Eastwood wore that hat in Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and maybe
Better.
Better.
that henna came directly from India. I saw the Indian when he wrote on a hat.
Right. So
Let's be friends.
we just identified, I'm not sure if you ladies will be in agreement, but you really don't want women talking to women to help women. It's more about dominating men.
This is what you get from the man. There's a because I only
Sprinkle,
social.
sprinkle.
So,
Whoever else is be.
as I said, I feel.
Oh, is that what you see?
That's what we seeing. That's what we seeing.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what being
This-
perpetuated. That's what being
I was about to
perpetuated.
say this is what's being propagated, which is very similar to what Cher,
Tsian.
right, is what she was saying earlier on, in that we only see what's on social media. Could you say the thing about it is, with social media, there's so much, as you said, misinformation. Not just misinformation, it's things that being propagated that is biased.
And
It's a bias.
Narcissism, man.
I also want to add, like, it's not just what you are seeing on social media, it's what you are searching on social media.
Agreed.
Because
The algorithm.
the algorithm feeds you what you want to see. So if you are feeding into all men is shit,
Yeah.
That's what you
all you're
get.
gonna see. Because you all said that there's nobody on the main
No, we asking.
No, I'm
Is the thing, would our algorithm talk? I used to believe it because I don't really on social media. For some reason, I was always like jump on these things. You go,
something pop up.
no, you scroll one, you scroll two, kill two again. I say, hold on, I click. I wanted to learn about health and spirituality.
Mental
And
You're
wellness.
talking
And,
about it, your phone listening to it.
The microphones are always
Yeah,
on.
microphone.
I don't be talking about girls too again. I be talking about girls doing other.
You talk about
Yeah,
As we
so
talk about
like,
girls doing
the
other
thing-
things,
the
we're probably
thing
not
about
talking.
this is, and most of it, based on what I understand from this podcast, is that a lot of it relates or ties into relationships. So when that happens, it has, we talking about man and woman, same way, thing, whatever. When that comes up, because if you mention Cardi B, you're going to get working things. That's just
Okay.
the reality of it. It's keywords. For
seeing that you talk about Pornhub so much, right?
it's going to come up.
Just like, no, not just that.
I spoke about it twice, but thanks, so because I want to
Thanks for the
$20.
No, but I'm gonna say,
Let's go.
$20 again, baby.
whenever you are on a video, there are tags on the video. I'm just using it as an example, right?
Ma'am, I've never been on any of these videos. I'm not sure what your friends have told you, but that is not my penis. That's all. I don't know what you're talking about.
Tags that are associated with that video.
Yeah.
You
You could
speak
just be scrolling
correct.
and-
You mentioned something along. There's the reason the tags are there,
Okay.
right? There's a reason why when you search certain things, something else would come up because the tag is attached to it. That is when the SOE comes into play, because these apps now are no longer social media platforms. They are now carded to search engines and search engines.
Okay.
So for the app like TikTok, the literal page is called the For You page. It's literally for you. It's tailor-made for what you
Oh, that's
want.
what FYP means. Oh, damn, I'm old.
Hey,
You knew that? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Right.
thanks. I was like, where's FYP?
Yeah. She on that Twitter. She's on that Twitter, guys.
Yeah, well done,
She-
well done.
I'm a quote-unquote influencer, but I don't
Okay.
claim the title.
Yeah.
But it's tailored for you. When you start TikTok,
Yeah.
when you start to scroll,
Right.
it literally tells you, it asks you which categories you want to see.
Okay, so I give
It's
it.
tailor-made for you. Those are the tags. So those are the things that are gonna keep coming up. For apps like TikTok, when you watch out the videos like that are going to keep repeating
Chinese
itself.
intelligent.
Right. Instagram has just
Yeah, these Chinese trying to get
Instagram
it
has
bird.
just adopted the same thing as well, because they are no longer trying to be social media platforms. They realize that TikTok has taken over because it's now a search engine. When people want to find out something, they go to TikTok
Really?
because you get a 7 to 15 second video
Yeah.
to tell you everything you
Quick.
need to do.
It may not be credible.
Correct.
But it
Okay.
No, but like if you want to search for a restaurant, if you want to search for an
Yeah.
authentic review, you're going on TikTok.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So these social media platforms
Am I missing something here? Like,
No,
like TikTok just went over my head. I just not on it.
we too old, bro.
Me too.
It's cool.
It's all good. It's all
I mean, if you could do search engines and like make porn over search engine, I'll be able to get credible sources. I'm just press up.
Take off the mic from your phone away so that
put it on airplane mode.
Yeah, so that it don't come up since you're so innocent.
I never said I was innocent. I just saying on these things looking at twerking girls. I mean, you could just go in a whore.
No, but like I think it's depending on the woman. If she wants to hear pertinent information to help her understand the male species or understand how to speak to the male species to get to them, she can do so. Is up to if you want to and the audience that you are trying to attract when you're scrolling on
All right.
platforms.
So a woman, because we in the Twilight Zone still, a woman wants to find a man, right? She
I help you here.
no well TikTok should, right?
So you married for years. How that was before the social media era.
We only married 3 years.
Okay.
Oh, so they meet because of social media.
Actually, yeah, he slid in my DMs.
Slide it.
You are gonna get through.
All right, good.
Get
All right,
through.
take a drink for that one.
Yeah.
Cheers for the marriage. Good. All right, so this is what I'm asking. A woman, she has no idea, no friends, no social group, no OGs. She want to find a man. Right?
No, she has a rose though and a dog.
I mean, she has the bare essentials for 2023. All right? She goes to TikTok and she says, how to find a man. All right? What you're saying is that TikTok will give her information.
But might be credible, might be
credible.
reliable.
It's definitely not credible
Correct.
unless you are following, well, based off of my understanding, because I'm not on TikTok. Unless you're following like actual doctors that could
Correct.
provide these statistics and things for you, everybody else is just opinions.
Correct.
And as it pertains to the OG thing and the male dominance thing where the women are concerned, I believe that the reason why Cardi B and everybody else is so idealized, like Meg Thee Stallion and the rest of them, is because
Beyonce.
sex sells.
Correct.
And that's the reality of it. Sex sells. So if the reason why twerking and thing is so big is because sex sells.
Side note, I have frequented a lot of places for my social experiments.
We have.
Apparently sex does not sell as easy as you would think.
Leave that
Because-
for the field report.
Because Jesus Christ.
You have a field report to give to you ladies
Yeah.
because, you know, it's a lot of service to you.
Jesus.
We've been to places.
I think from now on, Christy has to speak.
Yeah, I think we
Oh,
talked
you're just pushing.
No. Here the thing
Pushing
about
the
here the thing
power
about
of under the
this. I
bus.
understand. She owns the team, you know. Let's just play it. This is Jordan and Pippen there. Right now we
oh
have.
my God,
yeah.
how could we have not seen this?
Okay,
All right, good.
Yeah, that's not. She hoist up there. She's okay ready.
No, that is cool.
Thanos is ready to come on board.
No, no.
Yeah.
Up, turn it up.
Like, can I say something? Hey, I know your butlers might be here, but don't worry. I have the same complexion as most of them.
We
So you
usually
could
have
just
Gerard there, but
you could just
he
tell.
probably take a day off. He went out.
You could you know. When by
joking,
chance, when she
Christine,
answered the phone for you, so that's because you have an assistant as well. That's all right, yeah? You have an assistant? Yeah. Huh?
Oh, all right.
Stop talking. Stop talking.
Whoa. Wait.
We're not.
So
I know.
Boss?
I am trying
So
to
the-
protect your
so the
partner.
Best friend, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We gonna be new best friends now because
on this, right?
I need to get like a rich white girl to.
You touched on a topic just now, which is we need to listen to doctors, scientists, whatever the case is, right? I tend to listen to a lot of doctors, people.
Okay, fair.
That's why we tried again because
Yeah. We wanted you to
sorry,
come.
the last 2 weeks, sorry.
No need to apologize.
the
You're
first
here
week we
now,
thought he was like,
okay?
the second week we was like, ooh.
Nah, she can't be like mother. Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Good. So, yeah. All right, I listened to one Dr. Andrew Huberman, Dr. Boss, David M. Boss. All right? These men, particularly Dr. Boss, he goes in a lot about evolutionary psychology. All right? And how we tend to not focus too much on evolutionary psychology due to the fact that it's a more sociological aspect of how men and women operate. I want to touch on some evolutionary psychology, right? Ladies, all with me? Good. I ain't trying to pontificate this evening. So we're trying to stay.
This is Pontificus, just by the way. He is the last philosopher.
Pontificus?
Pontificus.
Right?
I picked up on that from the time that he says his head is big and that's why
Yeah.
he remembers things. And he was able to sheet through everything that we spoke about.
No, he's just
Is he
listening.
punchy
No,
punch?
it's not like he's just listening, you know. It have guys with personalities.
No. I mean, I
Stop beating,
listen,
come back.
I listen, but at the same time, my brain is garbage, so I forget the fact that he so eloquently listed things out bulletedly. Then
We
that
know.
showed me
So
what
I
is-
should
I
tell you a
didn't
lot,
scream
right?
time
You
as a
remember?
child.
Yeah.
like that
Remember you saying guys is bad at head? Headmaster there.
Headquarters.
Wrong
right?
again, ladies. Anyway.
So, what we wanted, right? So we're going back to the evolutionary psychology, right? Because we tend to ignore this. All right, there's something called arousal and attractiveness. Right, those are two different things. When you ask a woman what she's attractive to, she wouldn't tell you what she's aroused by. Usually, arousal, sad to say, is something that we cannot turn off
No, it's a biological
response.
trait.
Right? So you would see women lining up for Kevin Gates to spit in them out. Right?
You would see the woman come down from for carnival once a year, and the vegan that Dobie, what he is,
He's taken away first by the foreshore.
you know, he's make sure and
And-
pull back and wash the cheese and eat
have
inside.
the vagrant Vina boy and some of them
Arousal. Arousal.
It is,
All right?
right.
So we pay attention to a lot. So we pay attention a lot to attractiveness. All right? But arousal is being ignored. And that is where a lot of men fall by the wayside. This is where we're trying to bring some light on this situation. Women and all too, you know, because as you think, when we become aroused, tend to hide it.
Yeah, because all right,
It becomes taboo.
Yes, I was about to say sex is a very taboo thing. Caribbean name.
Yeah.
Because we were.
Because if this was Sweden,
If
Out
it
and-
was Amsterdam,
out and open.
listen, right? But in the Caribbean, we're very prudish people. So
Friggin' English. Anyway.
For the people who don't know the 85s, what does prudish mean?
Yeah, let's put this in layman's terms.
they find it very difficult to talk about sex because it is not seen as a respectful thing to do, essentially.
Okay.
Right?
So traditional.
Traditional, yeah. Sex is supposed to be a very
Intimate?
not secretive, but sacred thing, right, between a man and a woman, and it, as such, it really shouldn't be something that's spoken about, right? But as generations progress, we're getting a little more liberated where that's concerned. But right, that's
Okay, garbage drinking.
Good.
Go on. Swing back around.
yeah.
So you concur, all right?
Great.
There's a lot of infidelity taking place.
Oh, hey, wait, no. Whoa.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, hold on, my wife here. Don't say that loud.
So let me just correct. Let me
apply to
let me just
Good
correct
stuff
it
that we're
really
talking about.
quick. You see when it is we say a lot, that
Oh, you want to quantify?
no, that's like saying think people toxic and narcissistic.
Oh.
You know, like something that we just fling around. So
All
that
right.
would
Okay, so I would use
yeah.
I would use some more responsible language, right?
Extramarital affairs.
So we could say it's been noted or observed that, there have been some extramarital or extracurricular activities being taking place,
For the people in the back, it's a real hoarding going on in the
Are we
country,
speaking
right?
about marriages or are we speaking relationships?
Relationships.
Relationships. Yeah, relationships.
Okay.
relationships.
But
When we talk about marriage, we are talking about the divorce rate, right? That's a whole different story.
And that has, anyway, not the point.
Not the point.
Side note, because still not. So when you get inside our DM, what was the first words? Because good morning, beautiful is work. That's what was the. What was the?
Fine specimen of a woman.
That's the line. Bam. Okay, fellas.
Fine specimen of a
You're a
woman.
fine specimen of a woman. That might be the go-to line to go to. Anyway.
Yeah, but
No, but please make sure your face matches the words, because she may not take you seriously.
arousal and attractiveness is a fine example.
So why she wash me and skin up? I'm not married to you, nigga. I was like, fuck. Whoa.
I was
Whoa.
expecting you to have a comeback.
Whoa.
So I was expecting you to
They
have
waiting
a
for the
comeback.
dog to jump over.
Yeah, no,
I can control it.
I control myself. I train in that.
Making a pro,
Bro, in front of white people, you know how to behave. Mama, that's how to behave.
We have company. All right, good. So yeah, arousal and attractiveness. There's a lot of infinite. No, you're going back to your point. There's a heightened. There was a noted to have
Amount increase.
an increased amount of infidelity, extramarital, extra relationship affairs in our sexual marketplace.
Right.
It-
In marketplace.
Yes,
Well, then,
yes.
Are you looking at dudes now on your
Sex
phone?
really selling. Yeah, I'm watching dicks. Is that okay?
No, that's not okay.
I'm joking.
All right, we need to
Yeah,
pay
that's not. The camera going to be on like she was watching dicks, guys.
Yeah, she
so
was
by the way, if you want to get your dick pics because you're prick small, you go on reallifedickpic.com and you're gonna you get
something
it
to match your ethnicity.
ethnicity and stuff. They
Is
basically
this a promo plug?
no yo. Who
Hello.
knows? You might see somebody that you know. Anyway, reallifedickpic.com.
All right,
Back to
Good.
the show.
Any dick pics? Looking around. I'll go and check later.
Hello, don't do it. Don't do it. All right, good.
It's a weird marriage. Anyway,
Don't worry, it's all good.
And those are the best kinds.
All right.
I love them.
So we're waiting for the PhD to finish, yeah?
Oh, sorry.
Do that under the table.
I was just checking on my
She trying to
Right?
activate. She activating your roles with the phone. You know, that's what you can do now.
My God.
How do
What
you
have
do
we? All right, good. Good.
We'll go back to your
Yes.
infidelity talk.
The infidelity is taking place on a heightened scale that we observed based on a lot of people speaking out more on it. All right. I can't speak about the past because there's new age. I don't know what the hell went on in the past, right? But what I could safely say is that there has been an increase in the conversations about women having multiple sexual partners
In a relationship or out?
while in a relationship.
Okay.
Why say why women?
I was about to ask.
Because-
And I'm not saying it's all men,
Oh, no.
it's both.
Yeah. Okay, but
Exactly.
I have a take
I think
that
it's been publicized now that women no longer
Good.
hide.
so there's a serious take that I have that what cripples society is men who simp and promiscuous women. That is the crippling of
Men
our
who
society.
simp. So let me,
Hold on,
men who
hold on.
simp
Let me-
and promiscuous women.
Let's circle back to that. Because wait as you consider simping.
I trying to get through with you, and you doing the most, and you have no actual reality of having sex with me ever. That is simp.
That's one example of it.
Wait.
Hold on.
Let me tell you what I mean.
No.
Or tagging, okay.
Is it that the woman not having any interest in the man is voiced and he still continue doing the most? Is that
I don't.
I'm asking.
I don't.
Okay.
Definitely.
I know.
That's part of
If
it.
she says it, if he says it, that even worse for him. But if she
Okay.
doesn't say it,
Everybody know what OnlyFans. All right? The same men who just be bashing these women. She's a hoe, she's this, blah, 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 blah.
is he saying
Subscribing.
Yeah, because they have
That's
this
why I call
notion,
simping.
because they have this notion that the woman that are to be wifed or to be in a relationship should not be promiscuous.
Wait.
And should
No,
not be-
but you'll ask for example of simping,
Oh,
right?
okay, fine.
All right, so that is an example of
Okay.
simping, all right?
Okay.
You're calling these women who's bam, and behind closed doors, yeah.
But isn't that anything?
No, I would say because technically, back in the day when I just remember it had like one hoe in the guild squad. It had like the one hoe.
The village drama.
Leave it right, and everybody used to be like, yo, that girl, I hope
Like
that
that.
for. And then
What the man said? Pussy shine up picked on boy.
and she not picked on by. You never heard that story? Yeah, that was that.
All right, good.
Story.
Alright, so-
Tongue different. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
So that's the take I have, right?
Right.
What destroys our society, the moral fabric of our society, are men who simp and promiscuous women. Plain talk. All right? So the promiscuity drops the level of motivation for good men to find women. Why you think everything exists under the sun? It's because a man wanted some pum pum. Basically.
Oh, I would again. Wait, now can I say for that? Oh,
They motivate
That's so nice.
women.
No,
No,
that's so nice.
Because that technically is really not that cute.
That's okay. That's okay, but we still at the point of
But they say all
evolutionary
for all of that
psychology.
bullshit, so why not say all for
Just
that?
hold up.
I say all for dogs. I don't say all for that bullshit.
Good.
Because then that is me condoning that bullshit.
We still at the point of evolutionary psychology.
Understand the thought process where you started from the get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
Wanted to jam. So
Men-
that's how we all here.
So we motivated as men to find a woman.
Fair.
And the quality of women will dictate how hard we work to get them.
And we want her to be her exclusively, just mine.
Because a man's biggest fear is to know that the child is his. Well, he hopes that the child is his. Paternity fraud is a big thing in this new age.
Yeah, that's why paternity court making all that money.
Right. So that's one of the men's biggest fear. And he don't want to be sharing his partner with multiple men.
Very similar.
Hold on.
Hold on. Hey, now, women love village penis. I will tell you that for a fact.
Because when I touch on it, no, we touch on the Pareto distribution of sex.
Fact. I've been
We touch
on
on
a lot of
that,
relationships.
meaning that the top men have access to the majority of women. So that means women sharing men. By their own admission, they say, I rather line up and wait for Kevin Gates to spit in my mouth than let my husband spit in my mouth.
No
Only
man is letting Nicki Minaj spit in his mouth. Like,
Ask
no
the average
sane
man, if he could tell you why go in front of the gallery there and let people pass and see me bend over, you spit it in your mouth. She's going to tell you, boy, move away from me.
He's not my father.
Yeah. Are you not in charge? So by the woman's own admission, they tend to share the village rams.
No, we're not talking about Wally here.
We're not
Because
talking
apparently Wally. We're not talking about Wally. We know we definitely not talking about
No,
you.
but we dealing with
Just-
the generalization of what we call evolutionary psychology.
Fair.
Just make sure
Alright.
I tell him my resume inside the
So
office.
getting back to the point now
Let's get the job.
of men motivated to find good women. If there's a decrease in the amount of chaste women in our society, what we tend to find is a lot of demotivated men. A lot of men are addicted to porn,
And who houses?
whorehouses, drugs, the like.
Now, you should come on these filters with us and you get real
believe
kids.
me.
No. I'm not negating any of these things. I am saying that Pornhub and porn generally. Go ahead now.
Six.
How much is that? 6 there?
We have 60. Thank you, God, for you Canadians. Anyway.
So, in terms of doing my studies and so on, and all of these other things,
I'm close. I know you're tired. I know.
Come,
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
up. Let's go.
I didn't.
Yeah, the
I
fi-
didn't snort today. That's
Yeah,
Don't worry.
find the clip.
You can call the Colombians. Don't worry.
Right. So, in my studies and so on, I've come across studies and peer reviews and all of these other things that state, based on studies, not because somebody says, I just watched it because you're in my line of
Wait,
of
watching?
view.
Yeah, that's
Only
not.
because you're in my
You see
line
what?
of
When I get a
view.
haircut, as always pick up, I was picking up. When I cut my hair.
Only because I'm
You're gonna look at your
positioned in
process.
this way. My bad. Right. Pornhub, actually. Like gunshots?
No.
I remember anyway.
She get PTSD.
I thought so too.
Yeah, it sounds gunshotty. It doesn't sound fireworky.
This
Anyway,
is the advent of Diwali.
well.
That's how you kill people during fireworks. You know. Anyway.
All
Yes,
right.
right. Pornhub screen time alters the brain chemistry a little bit, right? Which means that arousal for men are not the same, similar as if to women as
With the
well.
rose.
That's my point.
Ah.
Right?
With the novels, the erotica.
Would you believe that for some women that is preferred as opposed to seeing, and men as well?
I know that's most of my client base.
Yeah, I feel like
He's our time.
honestly, I feel like if it is you can masturbate to memory, you should be Professor Xavier. And personally, that's the better thing to be.
Well, I'm glad you said Professor.
So we going back to the
Right?
point. Let's
so
go.
it does have a biological aspect of it, where it does in fact alter your brain chemistry, very similar to trauma. Right? So if it is somebody has a traumatic past, you do know if it is you do an MRI or a CT scan, you do see how trauma affects the brain, right? And why a person could potentially be depressed or have anxiety or have PTSD.
It's happening with animals too. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not a physical thing, but it's a mental and emotional thing as well. So this is why I don't ever the topic of porn is a very, very, very finicky one, if you will.
That's right.
For this reason, because there's biological standing and empirical evidence. Empirical evidence that states basically what Pornhub is propagating.
A lot of young boys, because we can speak from experience, have been wooed, so to speak.
Anna line. When we was younger,
Yeah.
the one magazine, you was cool on that one magazine that last in.
But,
You
but
find
now
your
you're
uncle.
bombarded by it, right? You're
Yeah.
bombarded by it.
But now
That's
it's
why.
too much porn.
Because why? Sex sells, right? Okay, not just that.
Sex sell, but it's not easy to buy, apparently.
Right? Apart from that, a lot of the times, parents, because they don't know how to have the birds and bees talk with these children, right? And this is because I've had teenagers coming to me and telling me, because like working in community centers and stuff like that. As a therapist,
Hey, yo, just now.
Hey, yo.
therapist,
Hey, yo.
therapist,
did not go there.
Clearly, because you all know my profession, right? So it's kind of like it makes sense how it went there, right?
That's a bad manner.
Right,
It's just different.
right. They're a little autistic and we will just leave it as that,
Nice.
right?
Let's go.
They need special and we will just run with it.
Come
right?
on.
So a lot of the time, because they don't know how to have the birds and the bees talk, what happened? Bees. What
I
happens?
think it's that.
No, but I've had these
No.
kids come.
We
Come
have the birds and bees conversation, you know. It's just not.
Birds and birds.
It's
and
just
bees
not.
and
It's actually not birds and bees. It's when you're in love with somebody, he's jam. So that's why these teens walking
They think
around.
that that's what it is, but
jamming.
they don't know. They don't.
That's the conversation.
They don't know
most
anything about
parents have.
STDs, STIs,
Correct.
or anything like that because parents don't want to have these uncomfortable conversations with children. And as
Right.
I said, I've had some teens come to me as a therapist.
Now, before
Right.
you said come in me, I was like, that's what you said.
That's not what I said
I promise
too.
I'll
I
be
said
sure.
too.
We'll pull back
I
out.
heard.
I
Come
said too.
In me. Thank you.
Alright.
You heard too?
I heard first.
So how Wally? Oh, you see how Wally?
Sisterhood.
Wally
Look at this.
Wally
Look at the
brains
sisterhood.
wired
Oh, she's
up.
the sisterhood and
Wally
fully
It's like,
sisterhood,
what are the
our
traveling
brains wired
pants?
Yeah.
The ya, what is the ya, whatever.
Yeah, we can't remember that, but yeah,
Right.
it's the sisterhood.
up. Right.
Yeah.
Where they said that how they learn about sex is their mom or their dad, stepdad, whoever said to them, hey, watch this video, and this is what puberty is. This is what sex is, and if that is your introduction to what sex is, that is going to be a problem because you are going to be horny, right? All the time. As one. And regular sex with a woman, because, well, you know, the sex we get in porn,
Yeah.
yeah, you had to consider it is drug ridden.
And
Because nobody stands.
Not every girl and you put your foot on their head.
Exactly.
Right.
Right? So the
She smoke at that one. I was like, whoo.
Mash her head, mash her head.
Okay.
it's for sure and she have both.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Right?
It's
So
okay.
what we see in
It's a
porn
high
and-
expectation.
Exactly. And when it is you're not getting that, you're gonna look outside for somebody who could get that because your need is not being satisfied.
Who generally tends to be promiscuous women.
No, baby, because it's
Jewish
happening with
girls.
men too.
Oh, we talking about women.
Okay, Travis will. No.
I don't know
Who
what
is
these
Travis?
people. I don't know these
Never
people.
mind. Never mind. Forget.
No problem.
All they're old, and I'm.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
OG.
Actually, what is
He real cool. That boy.
None.
All right, cool. No problem.
Right.
That's it.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
In terms of males and females, that's what happens. So we can't really just say promiscuous women because males are equally promiscuous.
I don't like to attach that women go outside because they're not being fulfilled
Sexually.
sexually.
Agreed.
They're just bad.
No,
It's how some women that would just horn for horning sake.
Go on and say.
But they like to.
So, what you would consider that a promiscuous woman or no?
At that point, yes.
Ah,
But there are
okay.
some women that will step outside of their marriage because for women it's not just sex. First of all,
I disagree with that.
well,
But she's it up
Hey,
there.
no, what I mean is there is an emotional
You married?
aspect. There's a nurturing aspect. There is that emotional aspect. There are levels to this thing. You know, it's not just one note, as I said before. So if it is let's say emotionally you feel like you're not being invested in and you feel like you had to pull too much from this and that and the other.
Why not just leave?
You see, but that's the thing.
Sometimes
Sometimes you have dependence and you have external factors
And that goes
can't
back to the
allow.
conversation that we had earlier.
What's that?
Of course. Of course, it's screen time. A little bit too short.
That goes back to the conversation we had earlier that you said ages between 50
50
to
to
70
70.
Correct.
didn't leave their relationships because they couldn't. They didn't have
Right.
the
It
means.
means, yeah.
Correct. They didn't have the means, the stability to be able to do so.
Yeah.
Then why not put yourself in a position to get the means?
Which is what the red pill movement basically.
Basically saying, yeah. So this is where I love how the conversation.
She
came
does
full
alley-oop
circle.
herself there.
Thank you so much. All right. Because what you did was basically kind of, this is not a red pill podcast, once again. Right? But what the red pill does is actually try to make men are more accountable for themselves.
Which is, we propagate that, we promote
Yeah.
that shit.
We want men to be more masculine. We want men to understand that no one cares
About your plight.
your problems. All right? No.
That's what it
Because
is.
Listen, we are men. We're talking for men here now, right?
That's what it is. If I come on crying,
When a man come crying to a
cares?
woman
no one cares.
over and over, what that effectively does is drops her arousal for this man.
The
Hold on.
drawers gets dry.
He's get dry. Because what he's basically doing on an evolutionary point of view is showing her that he cannot go out there
And provide.
Deal with the element, deal with the wolves, deal with whatever predator, whatever you want to call it.
You are not able to be
He's
the
unable.
man.
So evolutionarily, we're not talking sociological here. We're talking evolutionary.
Fight that point, Gail. Fight that.
She will feel that arousal.
No, she was gonna say something. So
No, I just said okay.
Okay. That arousal is starting to wane. All right? This is why the red pill movement and people like us, talk for you better?
Wait,
Yeah, good.
I zone out. I zone out.
All right. So people like us, we try to really take the point, drive the point home to men first and foremost. Right? We have no issue, qualms with women if they're dealing with weak men. Because again, it really kind of starts with the men. It starts with them being perspicacious. It starts with them being industrious. It starts with them actually having the means to take care of
To
a
be
family.
worthy
Yeah.
of the title of head of house.
Head of the household. All right? You can't be asking for that title
Yes, that's what the Bible says.
and
yes.
then
That's what
coming
the Bible says.
to play 50-50 with your woman.
Fair.
Understood?
But also bearing in mind.
Talk loud now. Talk with you.
Also bearing in mind,
Yes,
Love
come.
it.
Yes, yes.
Whoa! Welcome back.
Welcome back. Yeah.
Yeah.
The attention span, boy. Anyway.
it's not the attention span, it's the exhaustion, but we move.
Yeah, we have a...
Right? Right. With the, because I'm gonna bring in gender rules here, because now
Not joking. Oh, God. I'm not trying to make it entertaining. Oh, God.
right.
Go ahead.
So I believe gender rules currently are obsolete. Right? Especially if you're asking for 50-50, there's no gender rule, nothing, no way there.
Yeah.
Because it can't be that you're asking for
50-50 and then you want to be
you
the head.
Yeah, nah. He is not the big tonto.
So then if that's the case, and the gender roles are obsolete, can you now peg me? And that's the question I was had to ask.
If that's
No.
if that is
Are
your
you?
king,
No.
if that is your king, and that way-
No. I don't mean like that. I
mean-
don't mean like, okay, well, bend over. It's like, nah, I gotta bend over for you bend over because I paying the bills.
I feel like that's not something that's not how it should be.
But that's what happens.
If it's a 50-50 type deal, that's not how it should be. First of all, 50-50 don't mean that 50-50 we bring in things in monetarily, because everybody in the household has a role and function.
and then when men say 50-50 in this day and age, it's really not 50-50 either.
Yeah, because I
It-
had a
it's
woman
just
still had to come
correct.
home and be a wife
And
and a mother.
I still have to take care
I
of the kid.
just want to hear the boss bitch say something about this, please. This one. What was your take on this, please?
God, I feel like in everything we've spoken about, it just really comes down to how you were brought up.
Brought up,
Everybody is very different. What's happening in the world today is that we are going through a domino effect, right, of what happens between parents from
Before.
before all the way down. All the traumas that come down with it, what they dealt with, it's coming down, and that is exactly why the world is the way it is right now.
That man tell get that conversation. She ain't kind. So don't embarrass me.
She also said trauma, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the trauma we, as she said, we walk around with comes from our parents.
So they're taking Panadol for their parents' headaches.
It's not that.
Not
It's
we,
not that.
it's everybody.
Trauma
Trauma
is something that is passed down.
For
because
example,
yeah,
And
you
we need to
said
stop that.
You said
Yeah,
you didn't
agreed.
grow up in a environment where receiving compliments or getting compliments is something you walk around with that trauma and you
No, I was a
implement-
test tube baby, so.
but you implement that
regardless.
trauma.
I was
Other people
booted and I was booted from a parachute.
You project that trauma.
I was sure, hey, mommy, I said, I'm joking. Mommy, I'm joking.
Yeah, dog.
But it because you mentioned
Yeah.
my bad. I keep forgetting this mic here. Anyway, but you mentioned when I asked you, you mentioned that you don't take compliments because they're often backhanded.
Backhanded for sure.
So you know that saying that sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Words have been hurting you, son, and
I'm a broken child.
clearly, evidently, but that's not the point here, right? So trauma doesn't necessarily again mean a physical thing. It comes from an emotional. Because somebody could be living in a toxic household of let's say an abusive mother. Abusive don't mean physical only.
Well, definitely.
Yeah, making
Agreed.
it eat a cuckoo after you vomited. Yeah.
No, but all right. So
No, only laughing at something.
You've been traumatized.
Only laughing at something right down there, and I like
all right,
this.
but
I'm
I
just
agree with your point. All right, but what I would also say add to your point is that there's a spectrum of
like everything.
this life. My take will remain that there needs to be some level of improved masculinity in order for the feminine to.
No, improved masculinity does not necessarily mean a negation of vulnerability.
I know. I was never even going on that road.
Yeah, but it was
That is
implicated before when it is you was making mention of what is your
Men don't
But no
care.
one cares.
No one cares. No one cares. No one does
But
care.
no one cares.
when it is you said that the arousal wanes when a man is
Has repeatedly shown signs of weakness.
right. No, that's not what you say.
Yeah, he keep going and crying to his wife.
Nah, yes, that's what the premise was, but the words in particular is not what you said.
All right, so I'll tell you what I just say. I said if a man continuously goes and cries to his
He
wife,
continuously wasn't there.
Yes, it was.
was
It was.
tell him big head, you tell him big head, but what he
You
said.
understand? She tried to get up and it's like, no.
Continue. No, but
Yeah, it
it
was.
in the point that he was talking
No,
about,
he
it
used
wasn't
to.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't there.
No,
It was.
Hey, someone comment loudly now. Eh? Just,
All right? No, but I said,
Right.
one off, all right, it was a rough day.
Right.
Right? But continuously, it shows that, hey, this man is capable. Right? But for the sake of the longevity,
Hey, we had to bring back Dr.
Need him
Dr. Summercombe.
What?
Dr. Summercombe. Summer loud.
You
Come
wanna
loud.
try that one?
Dr. Come loud. Dr. Come loud.
loudly.
Dr. Come loudly. Yes. We write the book together. I love it.
All right, but again, this was like a preliminary conversation, ladies. All right, this conversation could go on for hours and hours and hours, right? The truth will never be told unless everybody starts becoming more honest. All right, we're not talking about the panel here tonight. We're talking
Listen, I
about
think it is that everybody needs to become more honest, also aware and educate themselves.
Yes.
Right? So everything we spoke
Close to the
about
mic, man.
tonight,
Come close to the mic.
everything we spoke about tonight for the last hour brings it back to what did you see growing up? What were you
Upbringing.
taught growing up? Also, we are human. We're animals, we're humans.
We make mistakes.
we also get curious whether you saw it or not, right? There's even people are saying down to like, I mean, and this is something I learned recently too, how you look. You have a son growing up. Did you see your mom naked growing up
Yeah.
from young?
ladies, are they really want
Did you not? Like,
go down there?
everybody's
I
so
don't wanna
different now.
touch
Like,
that.
there's so many things coming up, and at the end of the day, we really need to educate ourselves, and we need to stop this shit because it's only gonna get worse. As you said, infidelity is fucking insanity right now.
It is.
It's become okay. I'll go forgive you, and then the next year you do it again. The next month you're doing it again, and then I'm gonna start to do it because fuck you. You've been doing it to me for years. I'm doing it now,
And then again,
and that's not the mentality to have.
a man
I was waiting
who,
to hear, man.
a man who is a cheater is a weak man.
Agreed.
Don't get it twisted. Because again, if you tell somebody it's just me and you, and then you go on the outside and do what you do, you can't stand on principles as a man.
No.
But you need to ask yourself, why are you even cheating? And why are you willing to lose everything for one night?
Again,
It'll be
You're going
one.
now back. What did I just say? You're going back to what? What did you see growing up?
Understood.
What
No.
going on?
if a man comes and says, listen, I don't want a relationship, and a woman still goes into that, it's her fault, right? No, it's your fault. If he says, I don't want to be in a
When I met
relationship.
my husband, he said he didn't want a relationship.
No. Listen, but it became, who and no one in the ask.
But wait,
Who offer, who propose?
Tapa, we were liming, and then IT told me, I don't really want a relationship. I said, okay, cool. I was taken aback because we were dating, but I made my mind up. We were already out. We were going to have a good time. I decided in my head, tomorrow, this is not what I want. I want a relationship. So tomorrow, our dynamic might be different. But as for right now, we could go out and have a good night. And he went home and he thought about what he wanted, and he realized that he wanted a relationship.
Well, he did say he wanted a relationship then.
Right. That's what I said.
After
When I put it in his mind that he was no longer going to have the access
to me
like
he had before.
Correct.
Understood. But
Correct.
if he had come and said, hey,
And I just always tell women, if this man say he don't want a relationship, why are you trying to change his mind?
exactly.
Yeah, people generally change.
Women like to change.
Oh no,
change
yeah, because
their mind.
fix it, Felicia. Right? Chew is one to
Right.
fix and change.
Good.
I not on that. If it is, you're a grown ass man. If it is, you need to. The only thing I change in is Pampers, and I don't change Pampers.
Miss PhD.
Sorry, my bad.
Right.
Yeah,
Listen
thank
to
you.
me.
Right.
All I'm
Public
saying,
service
ladies,
announcement, yeah.
right? All I'm saying is, men have last point because we need to wrap up.
I want to do, we already field test.
Oh,
bro.
we have
Thank
a
you.
field report to
Thank
do.
you.
So last point before the field report, we need to wrap this shit up quick.
Yes.
Women control access to sex,
Facts.
right? Unless the man is a rapist, and that's a whole.
We're not
different
talking about that.
That's
Yeah?
a different.
That's a whole different ball,
That's
right?
a different game.
Women control access to sex.
The rape game.
Men control relationships, right? They are the ones who say we talk about marriage here, right? Because that's the end goal for men and women to get
In the
married.
relationship aspect.
For marriage to happen, a man has to propose, a man has to be the one putting his stuff forward.
forced to do it, or do you want to do it?
Either way.
That's not the
Either
point. The point remains men control relationships, access to marriage.
Shotgun wedding step up in a long time.
I disagree with that statement because some men, let me don't say most, some men propose because they are pressured into it.
Well, you see, that's the thing.
Most.
He still has to propose,
Okay.
Yeah.
right? Pressured or not. Some women
Right.
just get bamboozled into having sex with men, but they still control access to sex. You know? So, pressured or not, he still has to do the act, which is, will you marry me? Right? So, a man controls the access to the relationship. Right? Good. So, the last point that we're making there is the people who have the access have the control. All right? And if we want to say either party is wrong, either party is right, we cannot lose any point there, right? Because it's a team effort. You need each other. All right? So we're going to go into our field report. This field report is sponsored by
Kaisha wine. So it's not kosher, it's not Kaisha. So you could drink this for all Hebrew holidays. Yes, Passover, not Easter. Day of Atonement, not after Day of Atonement. Break your fast.
All right, so Kaisha wine is locally produced, without label, by choice.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, now proper wine is actually grape. I know the color off and stuff. Oh, sorry, I might be to your standard, but the pores like it. The pores do like it. The pores have liked it.
The pause rave about them.
The pores rave about Kaisha wine.
All right, good. So we have a field report, ladies, right? This is our public service to you guys. Please refrain from going to houses.
No.
No matter how
Hey.
you get bamboozled, no matter if somebody say, come on, go, you got me a good time.
Jesus Christ.
Do not go. All right? Strip clubs, houses, whatever the case is, in this country, I don't know about other countries, we haven't
Hey.
gone to,
Miami's there. Anyway, what's my point there?
we haven't gone and done field reports
No,
there yet.
well, I mean,
We soon are.
hold on, good. Anyway, that's it.
Right. So that's beside the point. So we have a little funny story. This is our anecdotal truth here. All right? We went to, we can't call the
A place
establishment.
in South, so you probably live in
Yeah.
around the corner.
That's
I'm
not,
sure.
yeah, South, yeah,
So,
yeah.
around the corner, close to.
That's just a number.
Tabat, what? You know?
It's not number.
Oh, no.
Well, okay,
no,
tell us about that place. We'll go there.
Hold on. We need to, after the show.
You know, because I am the coach.
Anyway.
All right, so you were saying that sex sells. Apparently it doesn't.
It does not sell.
So,
What do you mean by that? Y'all keep saying
glad you
Sex
asked.
doesn't sell in the Caribbean.
No.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay.
What do you know? They have a specific meaning behind
The
it.
specific meaning is now you as a hooker, I have to track you for the night, pay for drinks, buy food,
Wine and dine. We can't say.
wine and dine you.
After the show.
And then I still have to pay to have sex with you. So fellas, if you're doing this shit, stop it immediately. The thing is $400. $400, guys. $400.
But this is not the worst. This is absolute. This is by far not the worst.
You know what make it worse?
Let's go.
What make it worse? On top of which, when asked a direct question, ma'am, you speak Spanish, right? What's how you say how much in Spanish?
She gonna curse you just now.
Oh, wait, how you say how much? You say Spanish? I'm not sure.
No, she's not Spanish.
How you say how much in Spanish?
Cuánto cuesta?
Quanto cuesta? So this is me. So quanto cuesta? Be two bitches, and I could say whores. Finally, I
You
could
can
say,
actually say
finally say
whores.
whores for the night. These two whores watch me like I crazy. I laugh.
Maybe they know what they were not working at that point. But anyway,
I on the fucking night shift.
You're going back off duty hose on your back.
No, it was not a whole house. It has no off-duty hoods.
It does.
It does.
It is have off duty police officers saying no, any police station.
okay, all right, okay, fine.
We have to,
But
we have to talk out after.
It gets
you might
worse.
be the person telling link.
It gets worse.
Yes.
So we were just, having
Enjoying,
a nice little time.
enjoying some chicken and chips because
Eating on
if
the-
you didn't know, fellas, the best food is being whole houses.
Yeah, right. The food was lit actually.
What's her name?
Here comes
Susan.
Susan.
Yeah, wait.
Susan fried chicken is the best.
Susan
Alright?
fried chicken.
I admit it. Alright.
You taste the pork. You had taste the pork. But anyway, Susan, we getting a full plug here.
Oh, Susan, everything is the best.
Yes. Susan, you put our party
You run
on
it.
our pot, girl.
Right.
You do what you had to
So
do.
after we ate, we left our empty boxes on the table, and here comes a guy. We can't call this guy's name.
Nah,
right?
bro. That's not.
Empty. Them, we go, for the purpose of the podcast, we call him T.
Nah, not even T. Don't even go the letter. Paul.
George.
Anyway, so Paul comes.
Right. So here comes Paul.
All done now? Like good
All I finished with them boxes? Yeah. Thanks, brother. It was a little strange. He's like, cool. Somehow my partner
People is just always
is
start
being
conversation.
interested in speaking to him. All right. I don't know if I have this brutish appearance or this kind of
And,
thing.
and I get the whole life story
right.
of everybody.
So here comes Paul with his life story.
Wait, I like you so. Think. Well, I can link anyone here.
All these guys here.
I can link them. So I just stay like, anytime you tell me anything, like if you say, I can link in CCA, that's free ticket, I say, challenge accepted, link it now. I will call you a bluff. So I say, I want them two girls over there. That's the same two ones who coast. I say, I want that one, I want that one.
Yeah.
If I pay for my thing, I have real standards now.
Rank.
We know Paul. Paul is a man.
See, so he come now for like the last 30 minutes, he's just talking about his life. And his life includes, first off, he met his significant other.
Wait. You're
Oh,
missing
no.
a crucial point here. He's like, well, I meet my girl, right?
Yeah,
But
but-
he had his girl's screenshot.
I ain't gonna lie, the wettest Spanish I ever see. Nah, yeah.
I had to be fair to Paul, it was a wet Spanish,
The wettest or the wet?
right? So he's like, yeah,
Moist.
this my girl and thing, whatever the case is, right? But then here comes the issue. He started to divulge information.
Yeah.
And he started to tell us about his girl's life story.
Well, his life story with his kid, which is selling a motorcycle.
Paul met this girl in
Villa.
Capri. Okay? Paul proceeds to...
Tell her, this place is no good for you.
Hold on.
Oh,
He
oh,
had
you?
sex with her in Villa Capri,
Oh, I didn't know get that part.
right?
I just don't know.
He proceeds to ask because apparently he's a syndicate of whoremongers in the South. Who knows? Everybody know everybody. So he proceeds to ask one of the guys who he apparently knows quite well. Hey, who is this girl? He get the information. So he went to her and then he said, how much for your liberation?
Buy her liberation.
He buys her freedom.
Well, I was gonna ask.
$16,000 by the way.
Are they Spanish? The two girl you were saying?
Of course, they were Spanish. I don't like Venezuelans, by
Yeah.
the way. My preference is Puerto Ricans and
some of them
Colombians.
cannot divulge how much to you. They have to direct.
I had to talk to you after the show too. Like,
Oh,
only
you know so
nobody
much.
knows.
No, because
It's not up to them.
it's not up to them. They have
then
to
why-
say. Correct. They ask.
You're white, nobody knows.
Listen.
They have no say.
So this man buys her freedom by selling his motorcycle.
It's prized.
Some
Is that Harley?
No.
Nah, some
people do
race
Harleys
bike.
don't get like that.
A real big or something. He was
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
It don't matter.
He sells it,
Sell it bike.
pays the 15,000, 16,000.
16,000.
Purchases his
Imagine your life is worth $16,000.
We lose any point here, ladies.
They're more expensive than a slave anyway.
We lose any point here.
Sorry.
If I was
Right.
too much. But
Mind you, she has children in Venezuela. Okay? Here is the kicker. Where your girl is now? Oh, she in Venezuela? You're gonna marry this girl? Yeah! This is the one for me.
No, this is the questions I ask in there because he's sitting down like, could you get this guy away from us, please? And I just sitting down there just
What is man talking
engaging.
about? Yeah, she's the one for me. I never meet a woman like that in Sri Lanka. This is the best thing I ever have. Blah, blah, blah,
Trinity
blah.
woman is shit.
Trinity woman is real shit. This and that. I was like, good. Mind you, this woman already had a Trinidadian man who opposed him
For her. And then his friend basically said, well, you look for the loser.
It's a shit show.
You look the loser because he paying her rent.
Yeah.
And no,
He man up.
He man up. He minding she, you not minding she.
Yeah.
Talking to the real boyfriend.
Right.
And I was like, which are who though?
You see, you just come and take sex and go away, right?
Which is what you're supposed to, like, am I confused there?
So
What you
my friend, back to what you're saying, how he was brought up, he was like, I don't know about men, but my grandfather teach me, if you like the woman, you had to love the the children.
Yeah.
Yeah. So his grandfather told him it could be Spanish, it could be Puerto Rican, whatever.
You cannot do you know. You are any brother.
So this is what I'm saying, right? When we hear these horror stories, we think to ourselves, where have you grown up, my friend?
Yeah.
Right? This is not a normal situation that's taking place because she is back in Venezuela now. My friend sends money to her however often.
Frequency. Whatever.
And he says the fact that she doesn't ask him for a specific amount is why he likes to send money.
Paul is your friend now?
Paul, yeah. I'm a partner. Right?
So fellas,
These boys is really get tied up.
stop minding these hoes. And I could actually see it because it's hoes.
She is a hoe.
I don't like how you point on my
Oh, sorry.
He's pointing at the roof because the finger went up that way, right? Don't worry yourself.
Come on. No, this is probably
Didn't take offense.
yeah, is he best wife? Is he best? No,
married.
well, I don't know. She might be the best wife because
We don't know.
she get that conversation and I can't do it by in front of
So
them niggas. You know.
history
Anyway.
report goes to show, guys, some being lost now, and it's a certain ethnicity that tends to continue to do this.
Yeah.
Is Paul what you will categorize as a sim?
Yes.
Of course,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
Makes sense.
She went back to Venezuela with her husband and her children.
And then
Three boys.
and then I proceeded and apparently get a flex from my girls look like Corey Matthews. So that was weird. That was wild. That was wild.
That was a wild night.
No, she
You
was
must say.
propositioning herself, and I was like,
But it's not like they've been working. So
yeah, and then because
smell.
no, the prostitutes have a scent.
they do. They actually do. No, they do.
They have a scent. They have like it's get to the top of the
sex.
skull.
Sex is so easy.
Stop paying for sex. That's it.
Don't do that.
For rich people, for rich people it probably is, but for poor people,
No.
Not for the
But you don't pay for sex, though.
no. I
No, don't get to
understand.
Simon, but I don't pay for sex.
I've never actually paid
No, we really not going to pay for that sex number.
because it was overvalued and overpriced. I think I should have gotten a better
Terrific.
deal. That's one. Two.
That's horrific.
2 for a half an hour is like, no, I think I should be paying like a half for what I should be paying. 3, you're not sweet.
Not you doing maths.
No, I was doing it. No, trust me. I was doing ad maths on a collegiate level.
Before you work
Not
for
just
CPAP.
ad, not just
After
ad.
No, yeah, sorry. Let's not talk about my academic. Yeah, I work in CPAP. I work CPAP.
CPAPians. All right,
Anyway,
so
yeah.
that was our free report, our service to you. We tell you, ladies, if you bounce upon anybody with that situation, try to advise them out of it. Please don't look down on them, help them. All right?
Well, if they want to go pay for the sex,
I was about
That's
to
the problem.
say. I was about to say.
That's the
Don't
problem.
listen to these two. Listen
Don't
to this
listen
one.
to these two women. Eh?
Listen to this one.
Stop
Listen to
paying
this one.
no,
for
but
pum pum.
let me just
Pay to play as a matter of fact. I don't give a damn.
can I just interject and
Pay
let
if you
all
want.
know
So they don't
that
have a brain of their own?
because
No,
Yeah,
they don't. They have 85.
mean,
They
boss.
have 85.27
the
IQ.
fact that paying for sex is an option is the reason why some men don't rape.
Agreed.
Well, which is why I remember I tell you
So, let's-
the way to minimize rape, big man thing.
No,
I
no,
think
no,
prostitution
I'm
should be
not speaking-
state-owned.
I'm not.
You
Saying,
might have a point there, you know. You might have a point there. But the thing is,
I'm not speaking for the entirety of men. I'm
Because I
speaking-
see that's not
I'm
the reason
speaking-
I don't rape. I don't rape
Exactly.
because
That's what
There's
I'm
a-
saying. A
there's
small
a certain-
percentage.
that seems like that might
If
be
you
too
take
much. huh?
away the hookers in the streets and the whorehouse, these
Yeah.
men are going to.
yeah, because these are the non-select men in society.
they are
The
going
undesirables.
The undesirables.
The Dalits, if you will.
Yeah.
Should be well.
Yeah.
So it's like
So it's a necessary evil, these prostitutes on them.
They provide a service. It's a reason why it's the longest standing profession.
Which is why
Next
the
up,
profession is on a decline after we've noticed prostitutes requiring whining and dining, these men don't have all that money, right?
You're working on a plant, bro. You're making
coming in
9,000.
your little uniform and
Yeah,
like,
bro. It's not that serious.
the Matson.
They're paying for the fantasy.
What
How
fan-
much?
No,
No,
then the guy
it's
said, remember the guy
If
said,
they're paying
hey,
for girlfriend price.
no,
That's
if
not
the,
the price.
yeah.
And
Because they're watching too much porn.
The guy said
Biologically.
to me, I say, so how you get girls? Like,
yeah,
because
but
I
this
trying to
was
figure
wild.
out, do I just go up and say, well, here's $400? Because you know me. Hey, I would like to have
Would
sex
that
with you,
be
please.
please?
Could I have $400, please?
One
will.
sex, please.
One sec. One, please. Sexo, please. Sexo, please. Por favor.
Sexo, por favor.
Sexo, por
That's where it
favor.
went wrong.
It's a Prospero. I'm not trying that. I
Right.
pay for sex.
The money is there.
The
Right.
money is there. You can leave after.
You see, because you are not on the lower projectile that you always saying the undesirables of society.
Ooh,
You would think that
undesirable. Ooh.
I'm just saying.
Don't flatter yourself.
Really
A
don't
pretty
flatter
girl said a pretty girl said I was good looking, guys.
because you're not on that
Is how you take
level.
out of context.
Yeah, boy. You think that if you are paying for sex, you're just supposed to be able to walk up and say, hey, but the undesirables want to put in the work
Well,
because
No, that's what the guy
That's what
said.
he said.
If the girl likes
If she
you,
likes
if
you.
she likes
again,
you,
paying for the fantasy they're providing us.
and I'm like, bruh,
Just like you all provided us service.
Yes. So at least now you know.
Mike Super Show.
There are a lot of men, the undesirables, who going out there and living off a weird fantasy, right? So, ladies,
Any last words?
we really appreciate you guys coming out here.
Thank you
know,
for having us.
you were a breath of fresh air, fresh conversation, fresh silence, and then
No, fresh money. The money fresh.
fresh money.
When she said $7.99 for the
I love-
hat,
I love
she's
the
not
hat, by
talking
the way.
about Trinidadian guys. She's talking about
Stylish.
pounds. That's $70.
All right, but
She has three
again,
currencies in her wallet. I checked.
7.99 US.
So we praise your sisterhood for sending forth such qualified.
Sister of the Yaya tribe. whatever it's
tribe.
called.
Whatever it's called, right? Thanks.
So,
Any last words you ladies want to say
yeah, plug
to-
your businesses if you have to.
Tell whoever need help from you how
Where
to
to
find you.
you.
You can find me at Allied Family Care on Superior Street, San Fernando.
Don't insult for the
Yeah, all the hormones.
No, what she does it was autistic.
Money, so me understand what it is.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's in the West.
Sold my down new money, but
Yes.
up here still have.
Yes.
Keep going.
Fine, sure, no problem.
Plug your businesses.
Oh,
I don't want
yeah.
nobody to find me. I just want everybody to understand that, you know, we all get into a scary point when it comes to relationships and life and the children that we're bringing into this world. And I really think that everybody needs to educate themselves. And something that I have done recently was something called original pain therapy, which I wish we kind of, you know, went on that. But I want everybody to Google it, look it up, and it really takes you back to the wounds of the childhood, and we need to stop this domino effect and move forward.
Bring her back because you didn't bring it up. You could have bring it up.
This is what we were asking you to talk.
We
We gave her a chance to tell us what she
Every
does.
time you spoke, she was speaking,
Sisterhood.
you was talking.
Yeah.
You was cutting.
And I keep cutting hypocrisy off. Like, listen, this is
No,
quite
but original
important.
pain therapy is really good.
It's
It really is.
amazing, and I think that everybody needs to do it, or else let me tell you all something. No relationship is going to work. I don't care how happy you say you are.
Oh, God.
If you have wounds and traumas from the past, that one person that you connect with, that you're with every single day of your life, you are going to portray it onto them.
And you
You're going to use them as your punching bag. And something is going to happen in your relationship where you either live unhappy or this one goes outside, and that's why we kind of are where we are right now in society. And at the end of the day, we have these little youths growing up, and we need to stop this nonsense and make sure that
Where could people find this service?
Run for Prime Minister now.
Where could people find this service? Original pain therapy.
the original pain therapy is being done in Trinidad right now by Lorraine Pouchette. I think that it's on Facebook. If
Right.
you just type in the original pain therapy, she is the person doing it right now. They're really trying to get it involved, like right before marriage, instead of this engagement encounter, which is a weekend.
Yeah.
You're not gonna learn what you need to learn in a weekend, right? So definitely kind of look that up and see. I know that everybody kind of feels like, oh, it's therapy, and like I don't want to do that, but it really is important.
I think
There's a stigma behind
But
that in general.
I think
Yeah, it's really bad.
I think currently now the stigma is being taken away. Like
Yeah,
a lot
just
of more
educate
youths and
yourself,
a lot of more people are open.
Modernization, I
Yeah.
guess, is doing
They're
that.
going to take-
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad, any last things?
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, all they have to do to gain and give DMs apparently. What is just say what it was?
Don't negate the fact I didn't lead on that after he slid into my DMs. We fell off for a few months because the energy wasn't there. And then...
Yeah, that's not it.
Then...
We had to get him on the show because, like, I've never heard that guy get through with a fucking DM in my life. So he's the unicorn. He's the unicorn.
Good.
He is the yeah.
Any last words, brother?
Well, I just like I'm glad that you guys came on the show. I met my best friend in life. I never thought that I'd meet her like this, but
Where have you been?
I was just like, so I'm probably gonna be in the salon now,
Gossiping.
Gossiping. Nah, not gossiping, but I wanna get for ice cream.
Do you know?
Oh yeah, she does.
Did you not listen?
You like ice cream? Oh,
Yeah, rolled ice
The
cream.
rolled ice cream.
Fun cups.
That's vibes.
Do you know Mark Anthony by chance?
Yeah.
He's my manager.
Yeah, that's my boo.
Yeah.
Is your man?
that's nice.
No, that's my best friend.
Oh, okay. Good for you.
Well, one of
He
them.
runs it for me actually.
oh, you rich.
So when you mentioned it, I was like,
This is
okay.
Oh, yeah, that's not right, man.
I know it was
Yeah, but so
related.
we don't.
Don't worry, I can help you. I can help you. We'll talk after.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, do good every time and good will follow. All right, this is the end of the show.